Yo, what's up, Unrevealed? Feel proud to be among the 0.4, not even 4%, 0.4% players who play Diluc and 36-star Abyss. Well, I mean, with your Diluc, man, I feel like you definitely deserve to belong to that 0.4%. Hard to explain, but I played Diluc a little bit last Abyss. I forgot if it was if it was 3.4, if it was 3.5 Abyss, but I played Diluc a bit just for fun, and I tried giving Diluc like the best team ever, like that he could have, right? Like Bennett, Kazuha, Yelan, and although I didn't give him my best artifacts, but they were pretty decent artifacts, right? They were only just slightly weaker than the best artifacts that the account had for him. And I mean, it made me, well, no, it made me rethink a little bit about my opinion of him. I guess because back then, no. You know what? No, never mind. I guess my opinion of him didn't really change. Yeah, because like I've always thought that Diluc never became unusable. It's just that compared to many other top tier DPSs nowadays, it just takes quite a bit more investment to get him on par with other top tier DPSs. At least that's my experience. Like basically, in my experience, it takes quite a bit more investment into him to get him to do the same damage as some other top tier DPSs. And not only that too, like if you want to really reach farther with him too, like for example, integrating Dragon Strikes into your, like the way you play him. So not only do you not only do you need a significant amount of investment, you also need to invest a lot of practice and skill, right? Like, because you know there really are just some people who may not be capable of doing that. Like for example, skill based on skill, or based on, like, let's say they're just limited by the device that they have. Yeah, but I gotta admit, if you were able to ever do something like that, like casually implement Dragon Strikes whenever possible, like you see the situation and you're like, oh, this is perfect, I can Dragon Strike here, Dragon Strike. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be able to apply it situationally, like whenever you feel like it's appropriate or possible or good to apply. Unfortunately, I lack that skill. I don't have enough skill for something like that. I guess I could now put him along the lines of like a Noel. Obviously, Noel's ceiling is lower than Diluc, and Noel's floor is much lower than Diluc's as well. But in terms of like amount of effort to min-max the character, I think they're about similar. But yeah, I really wish though. I wish I could. I had the skill to do that. I miss Diluc. I miss playing Diluc. I have to admit, I had a good amount of fun playing Diluc in, I forget which Abyss it was. It was 3.4 or 3.5. I tried giving him like the best team ever, right? Like with Yelan, Kazuha, and Bennett, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was doing like lowest, maybe not lowest, but like I most of the time I was doing like 50k, then 70k, and I was doing like 80k E's, and then like the last hit of my normal attack string was also doing 80ks, and then there was this one time where it did 100k, and I was, well, not one time, like just through in one rotation. I don't know what I did to what I did or what I didn't do to get it to lose that much damage, but or to gain that much damage. I didn't really pay attention. I just wanted to have some fun. Didn't really pay attention to like min-maxing it and stuff. I just wanted to have some fun, and it made me happy. It made me happy to think that, wow, I guess I can still use them. Hello RJ, good morning, long time. Yeah, it has been a long time, Potato. How's it going, man? Good morning, good morning. It's afternoon over here, almost 2 p.m. and I believe the eclipse is already taking place here in the Philippines. I don't know what time the eclipse here is in the Philippines, but I know that apparently NASA, like legit NASA, like that NASA, is live streaming. I don't know if it's still on, but they're about 2 hours ago I saw that they were streaming on YouTube the eclipse, but they were streaming from Australia. So, and then they had like a pinned message on YouTube that the eclipse was at 11:29. I don't know when the eclipse is in the Philippines though, but it seems to be, it might be the peak now. It might be at its peak now because it's really dim here, and I don't know if it's cloudy. I haven't really gone out. I'm allergic to going out, you know. I think you guys can understand. Well, some of you might. Unfortunately, some of you might be a lot better at being human than I am. Some of you might not understand about being allergic to going out.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
Wind strike.
Let's light it up. Nice and spicy.
Hello, RJ, I'm alone. Want to come over? What?
You're toast.
That sounds really sus, man. I'm sorry, but I would like to keep my kidneys. That sounds really weird. Oh boy. Oh, that's a problem. Yep. Well, that's a problem. How does what triggers this thing to go up, by the way? I don't understand. I've never really cared about it. One of those guys who are known as an introvert. What's introvert? I didn't expect it. What do you mean you didn't expect? I play video games, man. Okay, you know what? Never mind. That was harsh. That was harsh. Not everybody that plays video games is an introvert. I mean, okay. How do I explain this? I don't know. Like, I just feel like it would have been pretty easy to stereotype me as one of those guys. Someone allergic to the sun and fresh air and grass. I don't know why. Hang on. I'm trying to think. Like, why did I think that? Why did I think that it was easy to stereotype me as a introvert that's allergic to grass?
One with nature.
I don't know. I'm not sure now. So I know, okay, I guess maybe because while I don't watch, like, okay, so some of you guys might actually some of you guys watch a lot more anime than me, play a lot more video games than me, and despite that, you might not be an introvert still. I don't know. I feel like I watched quite a lot for like someone who's like you know like a sporty, outgoing person, right? Yeah, I guess I play video games a lot more and watch a lot more anime and basically do like internet stuff. a lot more than that kind of person. And maybe that's why I sort of stereotyped myself as like an introvert that's allergic to going outside. RJ, yo, what's up? Xavier, how's it going, man? Also, Potato Cracker, I don't know if you got my joke. So I said I wanted to keep my kidneys because I thought it was really sus that you pointed out the fact that you were alone and then invited me over.
Let me leave you alone. Let's light it up.
Yo, what's up? Good morning, Itachi. I keep forgetting where you're from, man. Morning, I'm gonna assume it is that you are either in the Middle East or Europe. Or it's the middle of the night in the Americas. Maybe you're a night owl. India. What do we what? What do you mean morning? Is it still morning in India? Is there only like a 1 hour time gap between India and the Philippines? Or yeah, I guess India, from what I remember, doesn't India only have one time zone?
Witness the power of Gugwa. Let's light it up.
Is it really still morning in India? I don't know why, but I'm remembering that there's only an hour time gap between India and the Philippines. Some thoughts on this situation? Which situation?
Adventure time. Everybody stand back. Wind Strider.
I sleep early. Oops.
Let me weave you a verse.
Now I follow your role. What? Oh my god. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. That's so sweet of you, man. But that's like a lot of pressure on me.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power.
And this sack sword is defective. It doesn't work. It won't proc.
Let's light it up. I'm going in.
Oh my god. I just saw 70k Bennett burst. Although that was with the
Let me leave you a verse.
what is it called?
Rain outlines
Event.
your
Oh my god, okay. That what's the big guy called? Not a lava trill. I forgot. Something trill. The big dude just disappeared.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Wind Strider.
11:30 in the morning for me? Oh, okay. Alright. Wait, does that mean you just woke up? By the way, I don't know that you have good. You have good? So, it's so good, man. I thought you're 18 to 28, but you're older than that. Oh, a kid. Oh, yeah. I have a kid. I'm old. I think I've mentioned that like multiple times in the past few streams. And not only that too, like I feel like I'm old. Maybe not always. I'm not like saying I'm old every 5 minutes, but I feel like I mention it pretty frequently. Yeah, I'm an old geezer, man. Yeah, and if you, I don't know if you guys were here. Some of you guys were here yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it the last stream? I forgot. I talked about some other video games that I played, and if you like were paying attention to some of the games that I mentioned, some of them like I mentioned the years, right? I mentioned the years that I was playing. I mentioned like mid 2000s. I mentioned mid 2000s. So like, right? Even then, like how old is like the youngest that you can start playing something like an MMORPG? And I mentioned the games too, right? Ragnarok Online, I think a lot of people are pretty familiar with that and how complicated it is, right? So how old do you have to be to even start to understand video games like that, right? So that means when I started playing that in the mid 2000s, I was already a certain age. That was, well, how old was I? Like 10 or 12 maybe. No, more like 14, I guess. Yeah, yeah, 10 to 14. Probably still not gonna happen. Blue, give me a blue. Okay, it's gonna give me a blue. Yep, definitely. Skip. Alright. I'm not getting Nahida. I'm definitely not gonna get Nahida anytime soon. Still have one event to go. Oh man. I'm starting to feel anxious. I'm starting to feel anxious. I feel like I don't know. I might have to wait for the next rerun. I mean, there's still time. Still got more than still got 12 days left, and I guess we might still get 1.5 events before Nahida goes away. But I'm starting to feel antsy. I'm young, guys. So it happened a few days ago. Doing my morning job. He stormed in, saw me. Okay. My face. Look at me. She left. She left. Am I supposed to be shy? Is it normal? Search on Google. I'm not convinced with the answer. Okay. Do you guys live together, or what? Because like it sounds like you guys live together. I mean, if you guys live together, yeah, that's normal. I mean, okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait for your answer to that question. Do you guys live together or not? If yes, then how long have you been living together? And how long are you planning to live together? If not, then I'm curious as to why she was at your house super early. Alright. By the way, do you like coffee or tea? Neither. I don't like. Maybe not. When I say don't like, I just mean like I'm not someone who actively drinks them. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't mean that I dislike them, right? So I'm just gonna say neither. Yeah, I mean I like who doesn't like drinking, right? Who doesn't like having something to drink? Like for example, when you go to somebody's house, somebody serves you coffee or tea, you're gonna take it. I'm like sure, I'd be very thankful for that. But I'm not someone who's actively looking for an excuse to drink coffee or tea. In fact, I'm doing the opposite most of the time. I'm looking for an excuse to not drink coffee or tea. Mostly just to avoid caffeine. I know that there's a lot of tea out there that doesn't have any caffeine, but I don't know. Because marketing, right? I really don't believe marketing and corporations. Anyone who mass produces anything, I don't believe whatever they say. They say 0 caffeine, 0 sugar. Don't believe any of it. Don't believe any of it. And in the words of the late great George Carlin, it's all BS. It's all BS. Yo, what's up, Boom? How's it going, man? Sorry, I was rambling. I saw your message a few minutes ago, but I was rambling. I didn't want to cut it off. No, it's random. She sometimes comes in without giving me notice. Apparently, she came in town. How did she get in your house, though? Did you give her a copy of your keys? Vaccination, because some festival. Told her a week ago that my parents will not be here for a month at a station. So okay. All right. Do your parents, do your and her parents know about the two of you? Because I feel like she shouldn't do that. Like even though you said that your parents wouldn't be home, like you would be alone for a month, I feel like she shouldn't just do that. Yeah, like okay, so apparently I don't lock my door. Come on, man. Why do you do that? Oh my god, why do you do that, man? Please lock your door, man. Oh god, especially when you're doing something so that makes you so vulnerable as like taking a dump. Right? Because like no matter what emergency is happening, when you're on the toilet, you're on the toilet. It's pretty hard to just run out. Like even right, no, whatever emergency it is, a fire, an earthquake, I wouldn't be able to bring myself to go out. Like, yeah. Unless if like the building is like collapsing around me. That's probably the only time that I will come out. Like, if it's a fire or something, maybe an explosion would like warrant me to want to like immediately clean myself up.
Time to act.
But anything less urgent than that, I come on, man. Lock your door, please. I mean, even if I lived in the South Pole, I would probably still lock my doors, just in case any wild penguins would come in my door. Such a hassle to lock the door. What do you mean? You just turn something. Okay, you just turn a knob to lock your door, or like move a latch one direction to lock it. What kind of locks do you have that are a hassle to lock? Do you live in a bank safe or in a bank vault that it's a hassle to lock the door? What? I mean, it's not just with keeping your girlfriend out, like not keeping your girlfriend out, but it's not just with keeping your girlfriend from like doing that, like coming in like without notice. It's also your safety, man. Let me come to your home. A wild penguin appears. Do battle or flee. Oh, I'm gonna change the music here. Oops. Oh. Gotta make sure. Yeah, okay. Still have some condensed. Well, so don't lock the house. Moreover, there's no case of robbery and murder. Well, that's what they all say. Dude, don't you watch any horror? No, not horror. Any movies? That's what they all say, man. That's what they all say until they become the first case. I mean, like, knock on wood, right? Knock on wood that, like, pray that never ever happens. But like, you live on Earth, man. You live with other human beings. Human beings, no matter how much good human beings are capable of, that's also how much bad the human beings are capable of. Maybe if you live on the ISS, sure. You don't have to lock your doors. Okay, so how did this become this? Anyway, I'm gonna leave you alone with your like locked. No, your lack of a locked door thing. So again, going back to my question. Okay, you guys don't live with each other. Do both your parents know about the two of you? Yeah, sorry by the way, like I need to, like, if I'm getting too personal, please tell me, and that way I could just stop, because I can't tell you what I think is like right or normal without knowing a little bit more. Without locking the door. Yeah, right? Like, I cannot imagine doing that ever. Like, okay, so I'm sorry, I don't remember where you're from, Potato. And I'm sure you live in a lovely neighborhood, in a lovely city, in a lovely country, at least compared to mine and many others. So that's probably why you feel so safe. And I'm happy for you that that's the case. But sorry, it's just foreign to a lot of us over here. It's just a foreign, very, very foreign thing for a lot of us. Domain for Nahida and Cookie, need main EM artifact. Yeah, it's actually a very good domain to farm. It's very good value for resin. Yeah, it's because it's not even just for it's not even only for Dendro teams. It's also really good for certain teams as well, such as like 4 Gilded on some Vape and Melt characters. It's also very good. In fact, some top 2 Taos have 4 Gilded. It's crazy. There's a little bit, but I think I already told you that I introduced her to my parents. Yeah, I remember us having a similar talk a long time ago, but that was a long time ago, man. Okay. So, alright. What about your parents? Does she do that when your parents are around? Because, like, okay, so not even with the personal space issue, there's also, like, the safety issue, right? Because, like, you don't lock your doors. She didn't even, like, call out to say, hey, I'm here, babe, what's going on? Where are you? She just walked in your bathroom to wash her face, like, and left without saying a word, right? Like, it's not just not acknowledging that you're there. Imagine if you were a stranger. Okay, so I don't know your relationship. Like, I don't know how you treat each other normally, but I feel like it would just be like a normal sign of respect for like another human being to, like, when you're entering their house, to let them know that you're there. Right? It's like you know, in a lot of Asian countries, right? Like, you take your shoes off before you go into their house. No matter how dirty their floor looks, you take your shoes off before you go in. Something like that, right? Common courtesy. And again, it really depends on your relationship. If you live together, that's why that was the first question I asked. If you live together, which in this case you answer with no, then okay. If your parents are used to that, and she does that even when your parents are there, and they're okay with it, sure, fine. And if you're used to it, okay. But if you feel uncomfortable about it, then tell her. That's what's right. Talk to her about it. I don't know. I just feel like it's weird. Like, I personally wouldn't mind it, but I feel like there should be at least some, like, common courtesy, at least. Do you know about Myanmar? I know the country, like the name of the country, but and I know that's somewhere in Asia. But that's really all I know. Yeah, what about Myanmar? Boom. Really shredded the door. What is your pity, by the way? Sorry, by the way. I'm like really behind on chat. I am at I just did one wish. I believe I'm like 67 something. I don't know. I'm right below 70. Oh, wait, what? Oh no, this is the wrong account. This is a different account, sorry. Alright, this is my second account now. I already got Nahida on this account. Yeah, from what I remember, I'm just a little bit below 70 pity. Yo, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, man. How's it going? Sure, coming to drink tea? I know you like tea. I guess I can't say that I like or dislike tea. Like, at least not comfortably. I can't say to anyone whether I like or dislike tea, because I just haven't drank enough tea in my life, like, at all. Like, I've hardly ever drank tea, and the tea that I've drank is it's like I've never drank like quality tea. It's always like those tea bags that are mass produced, and I feel like those aren't a very good representation of tea. So yeah, I guess because of that I can't say whether I like or dislike tea. Love from India, yo, what's up? What's up, man? Much love, India. Is the eclipse visible in India? A lot of people from India seem to be here today. Yo, what's up, dollars? Come to India, bro. Your tea is addictive as wine. Whoa, really?
Happy to oblige. Quietly now. Game's up. Time's over.
Yeah, but then again, like whether tea is good or not, I'm like I mentioned earlier, I'm just someone who's constantly looking for an excuse to not drink tea. Same with coffee. Again, it's mostly to avoid caffeine. And I don't know, I'm just a very straight up water guy now. I mean, I still drink soda every now and then, right? Some a little Coca-Cola here and there, Sprite maybe, Mountain Dew, even Pepsi. But I kind of, for the past few years, I've really only drank carbonated drinks like that like a few times a year. Believe it or not, yeah. Believe it or not. I know that I don't have a very healthy lifestyle. I'm too lazy to exercise, so I may as well not kill myself even faster by, you know, drinking anything other than water. That's kind of my, I guess, my mindset. Yo, what's up, Flashy Shades? Long time no see, man. How's it going? How's it going? Don't eat street food from India. I mean, street food. What? Why? What's up with Indian street food?
Add Ast. Thank you for.
I join your world. I'm sorry, dollars. I almost never. No, yeah, actually, never mind. I never do co-op. It's just a lot slower, really. Because in co-op you can't really do elemental reactions as well as you know, like you can't coordinate elemental reactions as well as you can just doing single player, and not to mention enemies HPs are higher in co-op. Watch your live daily, bro. You do? I never see you say anything. Or is this a different account? Or are you just always lurking? Also, I don't stream every day. Which is weird. How do you watch me daily? How do you do that, man? How do you watch someone daily even if they don't stream daily? What an important question. Last month I was 49, now I'm 65. I need to go on a diet. Oh, ooh. Okay, well. That's life. Isn't that what the... I forgot what language this is. Is this Italian or French? C'est la vie. That's Italian, right? C'est la vie. That's life. I sometimes comment. Occasionally, yeah, I do see. But it's just, I just thought it was weird. You use the word daily. Even though I don't stream daily. Oh no, did I kill that? Oh, I shouldn't have pressed E. Many people dead in Myanmar. Whoa, really? Wait, isn't there... Okay, Myanmar. Wait. I think I heard something about Myanmar lately. I'm not sure if it was Myanmar. All I remember is it's some country in Asia. But I don't remember if it was Myanmar. Isn't there like a crisis going on? Like a full-on financial crisis that's like so bad that it's like threatening to collapse the country itself? I don't know if I'm remembering it correctly, but I feel like that's happening so much lately. Ambulance, someone's gonna die. Yeah, I live next, well, not next to a hospital, but like near-ish to a hospital. Like literally, I can walk to the hospital. Like if yeah, like it's how many blocks away is it? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 blocks away, a hospital. And remember, this is a small city, so blocks here are pretty small. Oh yes, that's right. I have to do the event on this account. Oh no, I can't teleport it there. He put 7 Kazuha banners, almost confirmed by leakers. Almost confirmed. Yeah, that's the thing, is like they can't really ever confirm something because it's leaked data. But that's actually a yeah, a lot of people are probably super excited for a Kazuha rerun. Yeah, because like everyone just talks about Kazuha this, Kazuha that, and even if people don't talk about him, people watching them play will see like, whoa, that's sick. Like if I had Kazuha, I could do that. If I had Kazuha, I could do this, I could do that. If I had Kazuha, this wouldn't be a problem. Hey, I'm happy for everybody if Kazuha does end up rerunning in 3.7. But I still hold my opinions. I don't really ever believe in leaked information, especially when it comes to banners, like which 5 stars are rerunning, which 4 stars are coming out. Because MiHoYo that's something that doesn't really need that much preparation. Like once you develop the character, okay, character's ready, but it's up to you when you want to release it. You could release it immediately, you could release it in 10 years from now. Yeah, MiHoYo could always change their minds about it. What's your favorite country? Where you want to go? There's quite a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but there's like a couple. For certain reasons. Japan, mostly for the culture, but I probably would not want to live in Japan. I definitely wouldn't want to live in Japan with like the whole being right on the edge of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Like living on top of a gigantic, very active fault line. I wouldn't be able to live properly like that. I wouldn't mind visiting there as a tourist, but I love the culture, man. Yeah, Japan is one of them. Australia is nice, I guess. No, Australia is nice. I don't know how hot Australia would be compared to the Philippines. If it's hotter than the Philippines, then absolutely not. Like, I mean, I feel like the people there are nice. I also would likely not want to live there, because I don't know. I feel like I would probably see with how much bad luck I am, like what kind of like, yeah, with like okay, I'm kind of like a lightning rod to like bad luck and bad situations. Right? I would probably very often see, like every other week, I would probably see a snake in my house. A snake, like a gigantic spider in my house, a scorpion, whatever. Right? I would probably like put my feet into my sneakers one day to get to work, and then like something would just be pinching my pinky toe inside. Like I feel like that's gonna happen to me so many times if I ever lived in Australia. A few other countries, New Zealand's pretty nice, I think. I don't know much about what the culture is like in New Zealand. I'm gonna assume it's a little similar to Australia, but because it's a much smaller Australia, I feel like it would be a little bit quieter. Sweden, I don't know. I'm not sure about Sweden. But I guess the cold would be nice. Like a nice change from all the heat in the Philippines. Alright, so there's some pyro slimes here. What should I do here? Not really any other enemies that are immune to anything. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go brain dead mode here. I wanna go brain dead mode, just turn off my brain. Where is he? There you are. Okay, good, you have elegy. Is C2 Kazuha a must? I don't think. No. C2 Kazuha is not a must. Yeah, because like I don't think any 5-star constellations are ever a must. Because like you don't even, number one, you don't even need a 5-star to complete all the content in the game. You're gonna do fine with just all 4 stars. Of course, there are certain 5 stars that'll give you a little more freedom when it comes to like team building, right? Like for example, you have Sucrose on one side, but you don't have like any other crowd control on the other side in case you need crowd control on both sides. So having Kazuha and or Venti on the other side will just free you up a little bit with like team building and save you a lot of just a ton of convenience. But I don't think, as for constellations, no, I don't think any 5-star constellations are a must. Yeah, because you can already clear all content in the game even without constellations. Bye RJ, can't stay long. See you after May 6th. May 6th? Oh wow, okay. Long vacation. Alright, thanks for stopping by, hanging out with us, Potato. Take care, man. I heard Alhaitham is coming too. Alhaitham's rerunning again? Really? Oh, that's fast. Eula banner gonna be the best sale. Oh man. Okay, that's. I'm sorry. That's a. Is that a joke? Please tell me that was a joke. I was actually laughing because I thought that was a joke. Please tell me that was a joke. What did I want to do? Yes. That's right. I wanted to just turn my brain off. Where are you? Where are you? I don't know why. I keep, every time I think of the phrase "where are you" or "where are," like those words, I always think about Clayton from Tarzan. I don't know, like who's old enough to have seen classic Tarzan? Have you guys? Yeah, which of you guys are old enough to have seen classic Tarzan? Come on. Why won't my brain find? Okay, there. Dendrocheng versus Kazuha. Who should I pick? I'll pick Kazuha. Yeah, I would pick Kazuha any day over Alhaitham. Because Kazuha is a support, right? So he gives you, he doesn't just give you like one playstyle, he gives you multiple playstyles across multiple types of characters. Right, like he allows mono teams. He allows you need crowd control, okay. Other than that, you also get so crowd control, you get a VV character, you get an overworld character that just makes overworld exploration so much more convenient. Right, you get so much with Kazuha, and not just with Kazuha, but you know, supports in Genshin in general, right? Because supports in Genshin are just, did I say Genshin? Genshin are just a lot more valuable than DPSs.
Time for takeoff. Brace yourself. All hail, born of ice and frost. Written in the stars.
I think Mona is on TTDS, on a TTDS build. That's why I haven't swapped to her this entire time until just now. Yeah. Ganyu's doing quite a bit more damage than usual. Pretty sure she's on a TTDS Noblesse build.
Think you can get away?
is long overdue. Access denied. Let's play. Think you can bully me? Time for takeoff. Blaze over.
Raiden Hypercarry. Yeah, right. So he allows Hypercarry situations, especially if they're like units that can be infused. Like Raiden Hypercarry, Ayato Hypercarry, right? No, what's her name? Yoimiya. I mean, okay, you don't need Kazuo for Yoimiya. You can do with Sucrose, but Pyro, Kazuha is just so versatile, and again, like not just with Kazuha, but most supports in Genshin are just more valuable than DPSs, because DPSs seem to be designed around a certain way of like playing them, especially on-field DPSs, right? Because an on-field DPS means that they spend most of the time in the rotation, like on the field, which means you don't get to play the other characters on your team in that time. So more or less, you're gonna want characters, except for other characters on that team with that one hyper carry, are going to have to be characters that have off-field damage or have buffs, or sorry, give buffs or debuff enemies or crowd control them or whatever, to give time for that one character that's going to be on the field for a long amount of time to shine. You see my Nilou? What's up? What do you need? Oops! Why did I get Kazuha? Can I come back? Can I reset round? Oh, I can. Why did I get Kazuha? That was dumb. I wasn't paying attention, I guess. I thought I picked Kazuha, or sorry, Venti. So I was thinking of doing EQ like I do with Venti.
Brace yourselves. Think you can get away? For Rex Lapis, born of ice and frost. Access denied.
Ow.
No touching.
Ow.
Think you can bully me? Wouldn't gliding. Let's play. Time for takeoff.
Would you stop it with the vines, please? I just remembered Hercules. Are you guys old enough to have seen classic Disney Hercules?
Yahoo! Think you can get away? Diana special! Blaze over. Access denied.
Oops.
We're
Yeah, that's actually why I always ask people if they need something every time they just go like, "Can you look at this? Can you look at my character?" And they don't say any details. Danny DeVito is the great is the goat. Alright, he literally is the goat in that movie. He's both goat, like GOAT, and he's the goat in that movie. Alright, that's funny. That's pretty good, man. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Time for takeoff.
Would you forget the head slicing thing? I don't know how to do his voice though. It's such a unique voice. And the way he talks, like, what accent is that? Like, is that like a... It's like an Italian mobster, like right? Like New York Italian mobster kind of way of talking. There. I got Amos bow. Do you think I should draw for Kazo or Ganyu? Alt account. Oh, alt account. Okay. Well, at least it's on an alt account. I don't know. Amos. Well, the thing with Amos though is like it's not very useful on a lot of other characters. Like it's usable on other characters, yes, and it's not bad. Like it's because it's an attack weapon. I guess like any character that does normal and charged attacks benefit from it. And even on Ganyu, it's only a little bit of an improvement over R5 Hamayumi and R5 Prototype Crescent. But then again, like not everyone, like especially on a new account, you're likely not gonna have an R5 Hamayumi or Prototype Crescent. So having Amos on, especially on a new account, is quite good value. It's up to you. I would recommend you look up footage, like lots of footage of Ganyu playstyles, of Ganyu not playstyles. What's the word I'm looking for? Gameplay. There you go. Ganyu gameplay. So like to kind of help yourself make a decision whether you like that playstyle or not. Because a lot of people like Ganyu's playstyle, a lot of people don't like Ganyu's playstyle, a lot of people think it's boring. But and while I will agree with those people, I also don't mind the boring if it means it's easy. If you know what I mean. I don't mind boring if it means easy. As long as it's not boring to the point where like I'm like dying bored. That's fine with me.
That's close enough.
Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
I watched you play Ganyu a lot, right? Okay, I guess you have a lot of examples with me, but like the thing is like you almost always see me play Ganyu in the overworld. Ganyu just doesn't have a good place in the meta right now, especially with the types of enemies we've been like all the new enemies we've been getting for a very long time now. They're really just not very good for Ganyu. Maybe if you've got like a whale C6 Ganyu, like it doesn't matter what enemies you're fighting, because C6 Ganyu will just ruin any enemies. But
time for takeoff. Born of ice and frost. Where do you think you're going?
oops, let me out. Please die. There we go.
Finally, some target practice.
Let's play. Think you can get away?
Spread your wings and raise a storm!
Maybe I should use Mona for these guys.
Where do you think? Finally.
Yeah, I guess I should.
Brace yourself. No touching.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Alright, I used Mona right at the last second too. Right when... Oh my god. 76k. And that's not even a vape. Man, that's nuts. Alright, 76k non-vape. Just, although that's with Omen, VV. That's not even with Kazuha too. That's just VV. VV, Omen, Noblesse, and TTDS. Wow, that's crazy. Although I don't know what buffs that part of the event had. Can we still go brain dead mode here? Maybe not as well as the other one. Alright, I'll just go with National on this one. You watch anime? Yes, I do. I do, of course. Although I don't, despite being a big anime fan myself, I'm a bit different from like a lot of anime fans. A lot of anime fans watch a lot of different kinds of anime, whereas because I'm very picky, I've hardly watched any anime. I'm very picky. And not just with anime, same with video games. Oops.
Clouds high. The birds come. One with nature.
Boosh.
Let's light it up.
Alright. I love it when a non-DPS Bennett. Well, technically my Bennett is a DPS, like, because I have a DPS build on him. I just love it because like he's hardly even invested in, and then he just demolishes smaller enemies. Albeit this is with the event buff.
Into the wind. Your coming was
Body and
foretold.
mind.
Ganyu's OP. I agree, yeah, because like if you think about it, while Ganyu isn't in the good graces of Hoyo's, whoever decides what enemies we get, whatever new enemies we get, we have not gotten any enemies that have been, no, in fact, most of the enemies that we've gotten, the new enemies and new Abyss iterations that we've gotten for a very long time now, have been almost kind of like an anti-Ganyu at this point. But despite that, she's still usable. And remember how old like Ganyu's character is, right? Like how when did she come out? And despite that fact, still being relevant. That just goes to show how strong she is. Although she is, like, her ceiling is pretty high. Like, her damage ceiling is pretty high. But her F2P ceiling is a little bit is lower than other top tier characters. Like, for example, you compare her to Nahida or Xiangling or who else? Hu Tao, for example. Right? You have F2P versions of these characters. Their damage ceiling is going to be a bit higher than Ganyu's. But if you put them all together, like maximum balls to the walls ceiling, like C6, R5, everything, whale artifacts, whale supports, whale support weapons, they're kind of like along the same lines. Ganyu can compete with them. But yeah. So, and the nice thing about Ganyu too is like she's quite, I don't know, I feel like she's a very comfy character in the overworld. Like she has good enough damage that you'll be able to deal with like most single target enemies in the overworld with little to no problem. She has good AoE. Yeah, she has AoE covered, and as long as you have a character that can group stuff up together, sure. Or if you know how to avoid attacks, okay. If you have a shielder, even better. And being comfy in the overworld plus being pretty good in Abyss, I'm not gonna say she's the best in Abyss. Again, maybe at whale levels of investment, she's like top tier along with like the other top tier DPSs. But at reasonable I'm just not even gonna talk about it because that's not a reasonable topic to talk about. Not everybody is like mega giga ultra hyper whale whatever. So it's not, hardly anyone can relate to it. Anyway, to answer your question again, Sean, if you just get lots of examples, you know, enough examples that allow you to make your own decision about whether you are willing to invest. Although you did say it's an alt account, I don't know how invested you are into your alt account. And by invested, I'm not talking about like how much time you've spent on it or how much how much time you've spent on it and whatever, like how emotionally invested you are on that account. How you feel about, you know, how you feel about using up and wasting or using resources on that account efficiently.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Man, I hate these enemies, these big Vishabs, because like they're similar to the new consecrated beasts, where their colliders, their collision boxes are really big that when they're moving towards you, they push you around so much. But then once it's your turn to dish out damage, they just keep getting staggered like that.
Nice and spicy.
They get staggered everywhere away from you. Probably one of the worst enemies to fight with Zhao. Yeah, big Vishaps. Your name? Silent voice? Did you watch this? What's that? Oh, sorry. Are those anime titles? The biggest question: One Piece or Naruto? I'm sorry, man. I've never watched One Piece. I've just never really gotten into it, and at this point, I don't know. Like, I guess it's, again, like I said, I'm very picky. I between those two, I would always say Naruto, because it's a very biased answer because I've never watched. I've never watched what is it called? One Piece. And again, it's mostly because of how picky I am with everything in life. And not just with anime and video games. I'm very picky about everything. In fact, I'm so picky that I would prefer that people don't buy me gifts. Like on my birthday, for Christmas. Food, probably, I don't mind. But like clothes and like other usable items, I would prefer people don't give me it, because like I would prefer people I would prefer people to not give me stuff that I won't use than people give me stuff that I would prefer that people. Hang on. All right, I'm getting confused. I would prefer people not give me stuff that I will never use than people give me stuff that I will never use, if that makes sense.
Cheap tricks.
Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate.
I RJ rather love Oslo national team. Oh yeah, why not, right? What's not to love about this team? It's got because it's, you know, it's Changling. Despite not having as high a single target ceiling, damage ceiling as Hu Tao, it's got pretty high single target DPS. And it has AoE and crowd control. What's not to love about that team? It's a pretty brain dead team to use, I think. Well, maybe not brain dead. It's pretty active because like I swap around a lot on it because I have Xingqiu as my Hydro character instead of Tartaglia. With Tartaglia, it's a little bit less quick swappy. And it's a lot more technical. Like if you want to min-max the rotations. Yo, what's up, Mamoru-san? Good to see you, man. But yeah, because I don't use Tartaglia in it, that's why it's a lot more quick swappy. It's a lot more just, I want to swap here, do this, do this, do that. Alright, it's a lot more just happy-go-lucky YOLO. One Piece 1,000 episodes. Well, okay, so even if I did, okay, here's the thing with anime. So like I said, I'm very picky, right? And when it comes to anime and video games, aesthetic is like really important to me, like the art style and again aesthetic, right? Aesthetic, general aesthetic, like general anesthetic. No, aesthetic, general aesthetic, and like how it looks like, the art style, the colors, etc. And then that's the #1 thing that attracts me to it. What keeps me watching something or following something, an anime or a video game, is how good it is. How much fun I have watching it or playing it, and or how good the story is, etc. That's what keeps me playing it. But of course, what attracts me to it is the aesthetic.
Witness the power of the walk. Rain outlines your care for a dance.
Wind Strider. Dance with me.
Nice and spicy.
Care for a dance?
Everybody stand back! Let's light it!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
And when One Piece's art style just doesn't attract me. And I guess that's why I've never really decided to get into it. And remember, I'm an old geezer, right? So, I mean, I was here when One Piece started. It's not, you know, some of you guys are pretty young. Some of you guys were born in One Piece probably already had like a few hundred episodes out. I was here when One Piece started. So while having 1,000 episodes to catch up on is a minor factor that turns me off from like ever getting started on it, but it's a very minor factor for me. It's the biggest factor for me is just that I don't like the art style. I want to see your Xiangling and Ganyu build. My Xiangling's very average, actually. My Ganyu build's pretty decent. Far from the best, but not bad either. I just put Guoba somewhere where there are no enemies for him to hit. Oh, he does have enemies to hit. Nice. Nice job, Guoba.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Body and mind. Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate.
Wind strike.
Some of my favorite anime, in fact, are like have really pleasing art style. And by pleasing, I mean like the art styles like Grimgar, Ashes and Illusions, Goblin Slayer. In fact, Full Metal Alchemist. Like despite Full Metal Alchemist looking good, apparently it's not something that I like. Yeah, because like I tried starting to watch it a long time ago, but I just didn't really get into it. I don't know why.
Rain cutter. Know my sword. Rain outlines your fate.
Yeah, let's light it up!
Your Xiangling hurts so much. How's it average? Because this is an event, so there are event buffs. There are event buffs that are making my Xiangling do a lot more damage than she would usually. Like my Bennett right now, you guys saw that, right? 78k burst. Although that was vape, that was also with the event buff. So my Bennett typically only does like 30 to 50 and sometimes 50, a little bit less than 60k, but never that much, never like 80k. But when I say average, I'm also not saying like hardly invested, right? Because when someone says average or bad or good, those are always very subjective, right? You can't, like, it's because it's not a number, it's very subjective. And it's subjective to amount, like, it's okay, good for a new character is very different, or a new account is very different from good for an old account. Yeah, I guess I want to point that out. I missed the guy. Boom.
Rain cutter. Rain outlines your.
Everybody stand back!
66.99, very nice. You guys saw that, right? Awesome. You love to see it.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Care for a dance. Care for a dance.
Oh, this is awful. They're spawning apart from each other. Ow, ow, ow. Stop, stop. Okay. Alright. stop. Alright, there we go. Thank you very much.
Know my sword.
Dance with me.
The show's only just begun.
Everybody stand back!
What? How did that guy get out of my AoE?
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword. Let's light it up.
Nice and spicy!
Who's for Xiangling and Raiden's high? Sorry, what? Who's for Xiangling in Radian is high? I'm so sorry, Saber. I'm afraid I don't understand. Wanna eat something now? Bye, bro. See ya. Alright, thanks for hanging out with us, Itachi. Take care, man. I'm all for enjoying lengthy animes, but when they're at 1K episodes with mostly filler arcs, and just identical to one another is very off-putting. Yeah, that's another thing too. That's another thing that to mention too. Oh, by the way, Sean, here's my Xiangling build in case you're curious. Another thing that puts me off too is because it's an anime that's been going on for so long. And I understand this, I might be right, I might be wrong, but like, how many ideas can you come up with for different arcs? Like if you have an anime going on for so long. I also have the catch and 4 emblem. My Xiangling C6, but C6 doesn't really matter for Xiangling because her burst snapshots, she doesn't get this buff when you use her burst. So it doesn't work for her. But C4 though, pretty good. Right, C4 and C3 as well. And of course her burst is crowned.
Where do you want to go next?
Yeah, so like again, going back to what I was talking about, yeah, like some like how many ideas can you come up with until like some of your ideas kind of like from episode 50 to 78 might just be almost the same template as like episode 687 to 713, right? Like it's like how many times are you able to just are you able to come up with an actual new concept of an arc, an actual new concept of a bad guy? Until you have to start recycling old ideas. Like with Genshin, for example, we have rerun events. Literally, we literally have rerun events. We literally have events that are not exactly a rerun, but more like a mashup of this and that event, and then they become one event, a whole quote unquote new event, new concept of an event. Sorry, by the way, Sudhakar, I just saw your message. Very confused. Whom should I pull? Ganyu or Kazuha? I want both, but I don't have enough primos. Do you already? Who do you currently have on your account, Sudhakar? Like, who are your main 2 teams? The main 2 teams that you currently use. I could give you the most objective answer I could give. I mean, like, I would be lying if I said it's 100% objective, because of course I have my own personal opinions, my own personal biases based on my experience, but I could give you like the most objective answer I can give you according to what is on your account. Raiden and Ayaka. Okay. Ooh, all right, that's rough. Kazuha, actually. Yeah, I would recommend Kazuha over Ganyu, because so while yes, you can use Ganyu and Ayaka together, right? Like, especially if you have Kokomi, right? Especially if you have Kokomi, it's just a lot more comfy, because Ganyu's burst gives you cryo damage, so it is a bit of a cryo buff for your Ayaka. So, and Ganyu, despite being a pretty good DPS herself, is actually also a pretty good support. So Okay, now you don't have Ganyu, obviously, but you can just use, let's say, okay, I don't know if you have a Mona, right? Like for now with your Ayaka team, you probably have like a Mona with you or a Kokomi, whoever, as your Hydro character, and your other Cryo character, your second Cryo character is probably Diona. Or if you're using Kokomi, then your second Cryo character is probably Kaya or Rosaria, right? So that's probably what you're going with now. Okay, you have Mona, and if you don't feel comfy without having a healer, your second Cryo is probably Diona, I'm gonna assume. Okay, so your Cryo team is good right now, but then the problem with Cryo is, let's say you have Venti as your Animo character for your Cryo team. Okay, good. He can use VV. He could crowd control enemies together. All right, ready for Venti's burst. Ready for Ayaka's burst. But then some enemies like get lifted up a little bit too high for Ayaka's burst to hit them well enough. So okay, it's not a perfect match, but it works together, right? But it works together, but it's not a perfect match. Okay, but then that's really all you're getting: the crowd control and the VV. With Kazuha, you get crowd control, VV, and you also get elemental damage, which is more important. Let's say, okay, let's compare now Kazuha to Sucrose. So Sucrose gives an elemental mastery buff, which is useless on a freeze team, right? The only way you're gonna increase a freeze team's damage is between EM and elemental damage is through elemental damage, right? So yeah, Kazuha is going to buff your is going to be an improvement to your current freeze team, and you said you have Ayato. Yes, he's also going to be an improvement to your Ayato. It's going to make him a more viable hyper carry. Oh my god, dude, you have so many DPSs. You have so many DPSs. You should start pulling more for supports, man. Yeah, I would recommend to start pulling for supports a bit more, because you seem to have so many DPSs. You won't like. All right, trust me, you're not okay. You know what? Whether you can lie to me as much as you want, even if you lie to me, right? Even if you lie to me, I would never believe that you can use all those DPSs at the same time. They just don't work together, right? So yeah, you're only gonna be able to use some of them. So that's why I would recommend you pull a bit more for supports from now on. At least for a good long while, at least until you have a lot of the staple support characters. Oh, this is really nice. They're only spawning in this one spot. Nice. And it's these high-ish HP enemies too. That means I could just go ham. And although I already did this on the third account just now, so I kind of remember this. That these are the enemies and this is the layout of the last part of this event. But I don't know, it's, I guess, satisfying? Yeah, it's satisfying enough that I think it's worth mentioning again. Oh, come on, I had the I had the same problem. Alright, calm down, please. Get down. 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 Get down. YouTube, please let me at least sing a little bit. I like music. Please let me enjoy music without DMCAs and copyrights and whatever. Let people, right? Whatever happened to the world? Whatever happened to Earth? Right? Like, didn't we used to be able to just enjoy music freely back then? Like, maybe live, I guess that, you know, there weren't exactly live streams back then, but like, back then, weren't you just able to just play copyrighted music from your cassette tape on your stereo, on your stereo, put it down on the ground, and then like just dance to it out on the sidewalk and kind of make money from it? Basically being a street performer. Well, RJ used Kazuha's burst. Alright, Way to point that out, man. Way to point out that I almost never use his burst. Actually, the reason why I hardly ever use his burst is the burst animation is too long, and it doesn't really swirl. Like, it swirls once, right? The first slash swirls, and then the rest of it is just pyro or whatever element is infused with it. Right? It's not. Yeah, it only the first one swirls. And my problem with it is, with Xiangling's Pyronado going, and me often spamming Bennett's burst, plus Kazuha's Pyro infused burst, Xingqiu's Hydro can't really keep up anymore, to where I'm often seeing enemies that have Pyro on them instead of Hydro, right? And in a vape team, of course, you want enemies to have Hydro on them, so that when your Pyro thing comes around, it's gonna vape. That's why I almost never use Kazuha's burst. On my friend's account though, on my friend's account, I use Kazuha's burst very often. Yeah, because on my friend's account, he has a pretty good hybrid Kazuha build, to where not using the burst is actually a DPS loss.
Let's light it up.
Nice and spicy.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Eat this.
Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate. No, my.
You are not welcome here.
Now you're testing my patience. Right hand into the fire.
C6 Kaza. Yeah, okay. Alright, I guess that's another thing too, because it's C6 Kaza. Although C6 Kaza is really only matters for your skill, but then I guess, yeah, because it's also a triple. My friend's account's Kaza is also triple crowned with Jade Cutter and pretty decent DPS stats. Yeah, that's why I use his burst over there more often. Although not as often as I want to though. I want to use it more often, but because I'm almost never really, because of how strong it is. The only place I can really let loose on his let his Kazuha loose over there is in Abyss, which, you know, only happens every 15 days. And I guess occasionally with weeklies, like with bounties, because typically bounties have a high HP on them. But yeah, like it just daily commissions, typically no. I just press E once and everything's dead. I don't have Venti, but I wonder. Yeah, so I would, in your case, man, I would recommend. I would definitely recommend Kazuha more than Ganyu, because Ganyu is just going to add. While Ganyu will be a potential support for your Ayaka, but she's not as good a support as Kazuha would be, and Kazuha can also be a support for everyone else. You also don't seem to have a lot of. You said you don't have Venti. Okay, so you don't have a lot of crowd control on your account. Yeah, and believe me, if we get a Kazuha rerun, or not even just a Kazuha rerun, a Kazuha and Venti rerun, you bet those are gonna be abysses that want crowd control. Oh, I'm lagging. What's going on? I can't swap.
Body and mind.
Well, am I still live? I don't even know if I'm still live. Okay. Well, OBS seems to be fine. Okay. I guess. Alright, looks like we're fine.
Everybody stand back.
OBS was still sending data.
Let's light it up.
That was weird. I've almost never experienced that before. typically that only happens because of my internet, but that seemed to be very much a Poyo server thing. Very unusual.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it.
You're toast!
Guardian, let me read you a verse. No, my sword.
Wind strike.
RJ, try this on my account. I mean, I would never say no to stuff like that, man. But I actually got a ton of stuff to do today. In fact, this is just my main account, right? I've done dailies on my third account and the main account, and now I'm doing the event. Okay, now I'm almost done on the main account. Now I just gotta use my condensed resin here. Oh yes, that's right. Talk to this NPC. Now I gotta use my condensed resin, and I have to do my second account, and I still have to do the quest with Sorush on the second account. I did it on purpose. I didn't do it. I didn't start at all on my second account yet because I wanted to have footage of all of it. And just in case I will ever need footage of it in the future, so I wanted to do it on stream at least once. I already did a few of those quests on my friend's account, but I want to do all of it on with footage. Oops. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I haven't used resin on this account. Thank you, RJ. Sure, my pleasure, man. Ping issue never gonna be solved. Maybe. Well, I don't know. I feel like ping is likely never going to get solved. Yeah, because so if you think about it, right, that we use fiber optic nowadays for internet, right? And so I feel like internet technology is now mostly limited by physics. You know what I mean? Internet technology nowadays is mostly limited by physics, and I'm sure someone someday will be able to come up with a creative solution around those physics limitations, but it's likely not gonna change much because so when I say physics, physical limits, I'm talking about how fast light can go through fiber, right? Like the fiber optic cable, the fiber optic material that we use for light to travel from here to there. And not only that, there's also obviously it's a lot more complicated than that because it's not one wire straight from your computer to the data center of whatever service you're accessing. It's obviously a lot more complicated than that. It has to go through a lot of, I guess I could refer to them as bridges, right? Like from your computer to your router, from your router to your what is it called? Network interface device, like the little box that your router or modem is connected to, the box outside your house that box is connected to, and whatever box that box outside is connected to, that whatever bigger box that's connected to that belongs to your ISP, and whatever bigger box that is connected to at where your ISP's facilities are, right? So it's imagine a car. Yeah. Imagine we have a super highway where the speed limit is basically the speed of light, right? Like 90%, 90, 95, I don't know, whatever, right? Not almost 100% the speed of light. But then because every now and then you have to go through a few toll gates, a few bridges, that data has to slow down at some point. So that's kind of where the physical limits are that we're talking about. Yeah, like I feel like internet technology is very, maybe not very, but there's little room for it to improve from what we have today. So I don't think anytime in the next 30 to 50 years, I don't think we're going to get ping like 15 milliseconds of latency playing a MOBA game halfway across the world. I don't think we're ever gonna be able to play in real time, like someone in Asia with someone in North America or South America, right? At least not in the next 30 to 50 years. I just can't see it happening unless if some breakthrough in physics happens that we don't know yet now. I can't see it improving much. Is the giveaway ended? Ah, yes, that's right. Okay, good. Thank you, by the way, Raj, for reminding me. I DM'd you actually. Wait, was that you? Hang on. No, that was not you. Hey, someone. Hang on. Let me check OBS. Who was that responded to me? No, that was not you. I DM'd you actually, Raj. I DM'd you on Discord. Thanks for reminding me, by the way. Does anyone know how to get Aminoma Kaguchi? I don't remember actually. There's oh wow. All right, not bad at all. Okay. Aminoma. I don't remember where it's from, but in Inazuma there's like the Inazuma craftables. There are certain things that you have to do. Like some are hidden behind quests, and some are like they're just a recipe that you pick up from inside like a dungeon or something, inside a locked cage. And some of them are quests. Some of them are like, for example, the Hamayumi, for example, is. Oh, come on. I did it again. Alright, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Oh, man. Nine hours. Man, okay. Well, whatever. Did I get my crystal flies yet on this account? I don't remember. Led me to the Hakushin ring? I don't know. You might have to Google it, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've never really crafted Aminoma on my account. Ever. Like, none of my accounts use Aminoma. I think I'm done on the main account. I claimed them. Yep, okay, sure. Alright, we're done on the main account. North Island, Izuma, Jinren. Oh, is it that one? I don't actually remember. But yeah, I remember there was like an NPC. Okay, if it's that one, then I kind of remember that one. There was an NPC in a cage that you had to release. You had to find the key to open his cage. And if you're, in case you don't know where the key is up on top of a tree. Yeah. Alright, so I now, because I accidentally used 20 resin on the main account, now I have to use 20 resin on all of my accounts. Because I want my resin to be the same across all of them. Ah, man. I wouldn't really consider myself a OC. I guess it's mostly just to organize stuff, because like I want to know when one account is capped on resin, I want to be sure that the other ones are also capped on resin, but then I want to be sure that I know when they're all gonna cap on resin, where I don't need to log into all of them to know when all of them will cap,
Here comes the catch.
if that makes sense.
Quietly now.
How much EM is enough for Nahida? Honestly, that's a very... I guess, by enough, that depends on what you're going for. Yeah, that really depends on what you're going for. If you want to go for like a typical Nahida build... Oh, you know what? It also depends on your team. Because, remember, Nahida's EM share is not from her EM. It's from the EM of whoever has the most EM on the team. So if you're planning to make Nahida be that character, the one that has the most EM on the team, then of course maybe 1k. Yeah, 1k is like the maximum. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna let me just swap to my second account to where I actually have Nahida, because I don't wanna. I hate having to go into the character archives. It's so many clicks just to see the ability information. $755, is it enough? I would say yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good actually. Yeah, but that depends. Is it 755? Is it 755? Like, is that already EM, Sands, Goblet, and Circlet, or is it like what do you have with EM on her right now? Because if it's 755 with EM, Sans, Goblet, and Circlet, then I feel like something's wrong. Maybe you don't have an EM weapon, I don't know. But yeah, 755, that's pretty good. I think my Nahida only has 700-ish. Oh, okay, never mind. Alright. Why does this have 855 EM again? I don't remember. Ah, yes, that's right. Okay. Yeah, because I got super lucky on this account. Never mind. Alright. So, but I remember my my third account. So while on my third account, I don't have Nahida yet. I don't have Nahida on my third account yet. But I counted, because I already have stuff for her. I already have artifacts and the weapon for her ready. And I think I have less than 700 EM on her on the third account, and I'm happy with it because it's the best. It's the only high EM build I could come up with 4 Deepwood and still have a good amount of crit ratio, a good crit ratio.
Gotcha.
So I'm happy with it.
Fun's over.
Obviously, it's not min-max. It's not fully min-max. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's good enough. It'll clear content. Apparently my Nahida is Gilded Dream 4-piece. Is that 755 with the 4-piece buff? Or without the 4-piece buff? I just realized, where's my phone? Hang on. You know what? This might be a good time to take a short pause. All right, let me just go get my phone. I think I left it downstairs. Hang on, I'll be right back. DM you. Yeah. That's actually why I'm getting my phone, Raj. All right, I'll be right back. I also need to get some water. My bottle here is out. Just here to say hello. Inform you that your channel is top 10 trending Genshin Impact YouTube India. Whoa, really? That's awesome. Hey, thanks for letting me know, man. Appreciate it. That's awesome. That is very surprising. I did not expect for that to ever happen. I guess that's why so many people from India are here today. And I guess not even just today, like recently. Yeah. There's been a lot recently. All right, just give me a few minutes. Hang on. Okay, well, while I'm not doing anything in game, I guess now might be a good time to mention that I've finally just decided to end the March giveaway, the March WELKIN giveaway, and so why I still didn't end it until now is because okay, so there were more than 5 clips submitted as entries, and there were, I think, only 5 people submitted clips, 5 or 6, but not enough people submitted good enough clips for me to say, oh, this is pretty good, this is like, yeah, this deserves this deserves that, if you know what I mean. In the end, I was only able to pick 3 people out of it, out of the people who submitted clips, because some of the clips that were submitted as entries for the giveaway were, some of them were clips that were already submitted from like previous streams and in previous giveaways, in fact, some of those clips that some people submitted this time actually won the giveaway, some previous giveaways. Some people also submitted clips that other people already submitted before them, so I didn't count them. Yeah, so I didn't count them because, you know, obviously they're what is it? They have the same thing as other people. Okay, I guess that's it. Anyway, so I was only able to end up picking 3 people. So, and of course the giveaway is for 5 WELKINs, so I still have 2 WELKINs left to give away. I just decided I would just give them away randomly. I'm still trying to think about how I would pick the winners. And, you know, I know that me picking the winners is not random. I understand that. But I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't want to give it away completely randomly because I might end up giving it away to someone who can already afford to buy WELKINs, or who might, yeah, who can already afford to buy WELKINs and the battle pass and other stuff, and someone who might really need the WELKIN ends up not getting it, right? So it's a bit random. I want it to be a bit random, but I also want someone who really needs it to get it. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought they were slimes. All right. I feel dumb for asking this, but what are the minimum stat requirements for Xingqiu? For Xingqiu, it's just that Xingqiu is just a typical attack and crit scaling DPS. So the main goal is to get him to crit. That's the main goal. Is to get him to crit, because obviously even without any equipment, every character has 50 crit damage. So any crit that you land will do 50% more damage immediately, just because of that base 50% crit damage, right? So the main goal is to be able to utilize that 50% more damage from your baseline crit damage. Okay, and all right, to make that crit damage bigger, you need more crit damage and more attack. Other than that, there's a bit more complicated than that. There's also damage percent, which comes in the form of elemental damage, such as like hydro, the elemental damage on the goblet. And other than that, like some external buffs, like Kazuha's passive, etc. And there's also like noblesse buff, etc. Right? But then like just for building the character itself, my general, I guess, like the first thing that I aim for is typically a little bit more than 50% crit rate, and then after that I can kind of just forget about crit rate for a while, and then start focusing on crit damage and attack. I guess I could just show you my Xingqiu. So my Xingqiu doesn't have a lot of attack because it only has a low base attack weapon, and it doesn't have any attack, right? Sack sword. But I make up for it. Xingqiu kind of does make up for it because his ascension stat is attack percent, which if attack percent wasn't his ascension stat, this attack would probably be a lot lower. It would probably be like 1200 or something. So it's fine. Like, as long as you don't have like 900 attack, I guess it's fine. But yeah, again, like anywhere above 1300 attack is pretty good. Initial goal, I would say, is like 50, 55, or even 60 crit rate. Crit damage, anything above 120, I would say, is like the minimum usable. Yeah, that's usable. Anything above 120. And as for energy recharge, I would say is probably one of the most important stats for Xingqiu, is because you want him to be able to burst as much as possible. Most people would say 200 or 210, and some people would even say 230. And I would agree with that. I have been able to make do with this, like above, like between 190 to 200, but I do sometimes fall short of having enough energy recharge. Sometimes, especially when I'm fighting enemies that don't give any particles, like Rift Hounds, and some of the newer enemies don't give any particles. Hello, yo, what's up, SN90? Good to see you again, man. How's it going? Oops. Can you review my account? No, maybe not now, man. Yeah, the only times I ever review accounts is whenever I absolutely have nothing to do, and when I really need to stream, but then there's absolutely nothing to do. That's kind of the only times when I ever stream, or sorry, when I ever do account reviews. And I always prioritize account reviews of those people who need help. Like, I look at their build and they look like they don't know what they're doing. Those are kind of the people that I prioritize. As for people where I could see their characters and it looks like, okay, you look like you know what you're doing. You put EM on this character. You put EM on Nahida. You put HP on Yelan. You put defense on Ito. And then like you have a decent crit ratio, and then I could say, okay, I guess, yeah, you know what you're doing. I don't think you need my help. Burnout Session Part 2. What is this new place like? Exploration blues, man. Are you not curious? Okay, I know that you're on a hiatus right now because of, you know, because of burnout. But aren't you the least bit curious about the new region? I guess, I don't know. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun to explore. I kind of just let myself go while exploring. I just followed the super long quest with an NPC called... It's not even an NPC. It's like... Oh, I can't open my bag here. Okay. Well, it's like a pet that you use. But at the same time, it's also like a pet that follows you around. It's a really long quest. Not as long as the Aranyaka quest, though. Definitely not as long as that one. But decently long. And it also takes you across like so many different parts of the new map. And it's good because like... when I was doing it on my other accounts, I kind of just let myself go, and I was listening to like an audiobook, I was listening to a podcast, whatever, right? A YouTube video while doing it, and I just let myself go. And by let myself go, I was following where the quest was taking me, but everything shiny that I saw, I would just go over there. I would do a puzzle, I would open the chest, I would do whatever, right? And while it wasn't the most exciting gameplay ever, because exciting gameplay for me in Genshin is in Abyss, it wasn't the most exciting gameplay ever, but it was kind of a satisfying casual gameplay experience. At least for me. That's me. I don't know if you think that's fun or if you think that's not fun, whatever you think about it, but that's how I felt about it. Again, so long, good God. It's not, I swear, it's not as long as the Aranyaka quest. I promise, it's definitely not as long. But I meant like exploring the areas in general. Then again, I do need the Primos because I lost the group. Again, I don't mind getting constant loot. Second time, didn't get Nahida. Oh, ooh, okay, that's rough. Dog mode. Hey, that's right. You remember? Yes, that's exactly right, Sean. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for reminding me. I said that yesterday.
There are leaves around.
I hope you don't mind. I'm having a little snack.
If you wish to hear.
But yeah, I went into full dog mode. I went into full dog mode. You know how when you're walking a dog, every time it sees something, you're like, "Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Oh, shiny! I went, yeah, I went into full on dog mode. Yeah, so the quest with the name of the pet / NPC is called Sarush. He's called Sarush. So the quest with Sarush was like the person walking me. I was the dog, and everything, every chest and puzzle and challenge and trial and whatever was like everything shiny around me, around where my owner was walking me to.
Memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Best thing that has happened. Gotta admit, I was very surprised by the whole like Sarush mechanics, like being able to move those like yellow things around, and while kind of annoying, especially like when you're in a rush. Yeah, when you're in a rush, kind of annoying. But it's a video game. It's meant for you to, it's meant for you to have fun and use the mechanics. So, despite a little bit annoying whenever like I'm anxious because I just want to get this over with, it was pretty fun. Thanks, Raj. Yo, sure. Congrats, Raj. Honkai is out soon. Honkai. Oh, you mean Star Rail? RIP phone. Okay. Now I can pull for Kaza. Well, oh yeah, that's right. Because like if he does, okay, that's actually wow. Well, if he actually ends up rerunning in 3.7, yeah, that's actually good. I'm happy for you, man. But hey, also, not just me saying you're welcome, but thank you for those clips. Those were really
There are
good.
leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I already have Kaza. I don't have to be a slave to so I don't have to be a slave to my own excitement. Just like I was. I'm so sorry if this plastic is noisy, by the way. Wait a moment. Okay. Right, sorry. I don't have to be a slave to my own excitement, just like with Nahida. Like when I found out Nahida was coming, it was like, come on, when is it? Like I almost never, if I'm not wishing on a character, I never open the wish menu. Yeah, like never ever.
Scenery is
And never open the wish menu. And
surely enough to convince
the
anyone to become
2
a
weeks
wanderer.
before Nahida rerun, the Nahida rerun came out, I kept pressing F3. Like, okay, how many days? How many days is left? How many days? Okay, come on. Come on, Nahida, come here. And it was a good feeling, but at the same time, because it was a good feeling for me because I almost never feel like that in Genshin. But at the same time, I realized what was happening to me, and it was like, man, this is a video game. It's making me into some sort of slave. I'm like at the mercy of whatever I'm at Hoyo's mercy.
And I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
I'm skipping Amos bow because of Kazo. Oh please, yeah, please do skip Amos bow, because like the other weapon on the banner is awful. Like, okay, yeah, it's one of those weapons that really are only usable on one character, like the donut. And not even just one character, right? Like, so the donut is usable on Kokomi, right? Pretty good on Kokomi, but it's only good on Kokomi if you play Kokomi a certain way, right? And the thing with Amos bow too is it's not even a very big upgrade for Ganyu. I've mentioned this many times before. Amos bow R1 is not a very big upgrade for Ganyu. Especially if you already have either R5 Hamayumi or R5 Prototype Crescent. It's only like I don't remember, but I remember that Zajef did the math on it, and he constantly mentions that Amos is not a very big upgrade.
It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Are you a whale, dolphin, or fish? I'm not sure. What do you... I only buy the Welkin, only on one of my accounts, and I don't know, is that a fish?
Rain
Or would you just call that Welkin only? I don't know.
Everybody stand back! After frying pan, into the fire!
Rain cutter.
Wind Strider.
No, my sword. Rain outlines your fate.
Oh,
Time to get.
that almost tricked me actually. So the other two died, but then one of them, like this thing, flew backwards. So I thought it also died. Thankfully, I glanced over, and then I realized that it just flew backwards.
Power for what? No, my.
I hope this thing doesn't fly up. Okay, I guess I better focus fire it before it flies up.
Let's light it up!
Boba, get them!
Adventure time! Everybody stand back!
Time to go. Wind Strider.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outline.
I'm gonna focus fire this thing before it flies higher. Why are you not using Kazuha's verse? Why do people keep nagging me about not using Kazuha's verse? It's okay. Alright, so I guess it triggers a lot of people that I know almost never use Kazuha's verse. Alright, fine. Well,
No, my sword.
so it's actually a lot more practical than what you might think. I actually explained it about half an hour ago. Someone was acting surprised that I used Kazuha's burst because apparently they've almost never seen me use Kazuha's burst. So practical reason, I think the number one priority for elemental priority for Kazuha's burst infusion is Pyro, right? So, and obviously when you're in Bennett's burst, you have Pyro on yourself, which means you're going to guaranteed you're going to infuse with Pyro, right? You're going to infuse Kazuha's burst with Pyro, which means now you have Xiangling's Pyronado applying Pyro to enemies. You also have, because of the way that I play National, I'm constantly swapping to Bennett to spam his E. So I have Pyronado, Bennett's E,
No, my sword.
and Kazuha's burst. In Kazuha's Pyro infused burst, applying Pyro to enemies. And even Xingqiu doesn't have enough Hydro to keep Hydro on the enemy that I'm attacking. With all those sources of Pyro. And that's why I almost never use Kazuha's burst. Because what's gonna end up happening is some of my Pyronados are gonna vape and some are not. And instead, what's gonna happen is some of Xingqiu's Rain Swords are gonna vape. Instead, whereas I want Xiangling's Pyronado to be the one bursting.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Witness the power of Gua.
You are not welcome here.
No, my sword.
Now you're testing my patience.
Wind Strider.
Not welcome here.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Just like there. So I used it there because I had a fresh new wave of enemies, but my Kazuha's E, because I just used it. It was far from being off cooldown.
My patience.
Rain outlines your fate.
You are not welcome here.
Tartaglia, I have no such problem. That's true. That's true. That's actually true with Tartaglia. Man, yeah, he just applies so much Hydro, man. Plus, it's AoE. Yeah, right? I guess the only reason why I prefer Xingqiu over Tartaglia is because with Tartaglia, your Xiangling will need a bit more ER than any of my Xianglings have. And my problem with that is I don't have a way for me to keep enough attack on Xiangling while having an ER weapon and Sands. Yeah, or I also don't have enough. I don't have artifacts to where I will have enough ER for what I need and still have an attack percent stance. Also, I die a lot. There's no Xingqiu mitigation. That is also another one. Yes, that's true.
We go.
Yeah. Hard to. So this might be hard to believe, but it's actually you won't notice the not having damage reduction until you don't have it anymore. Especially if you've been using it so much, like I have.
Everybody stand back. Let's light it.
You're toast.
Witness the power of Khvarena. Rain
I
outlines
hate
your
this
face.
dude. Okay.
Nice and spicy.
Time to go.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Wow. How do you get his shield out
Let me
from
lead
that?
you over.
Everybody stand back. Let's
You're toast.
Clouds high. The birds
Okay. Well, that was random. That me using Xingqiu's birth there. Sorry, not Xingqiu. Kazua's birth there was a bit random.
teamwork is dreamwork.
Eat this.
Time to act. Rain cutter.
The better looking hilly trail. Honestly, when I first saw this in the special program, the first thing that came to my mind was a mini Magu Kenki. Yeah, it was like a mini Magu Kenki. Those were the first thoughts that came to my mind, right? Because Magu Kenki, there's like the hydro, no, not hydro, the cryo one, and there's an animal one. While the new hilly trail isn't cryo, it's hydro, but the aesthetic is very similar. Give me a detailed explanation how I'm going to die, and then he might just go to Bankai. Okay. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We got Stern Ritters. They have that weird mirror-looking thing to take away Bankais. Long animation, can't see through it. Only swirls like once. I remember it all. That is okay. I'm so sorry, by the way, Sean. That is the. I still have it. I just saw that message. I know that that was like a long while ago. For Canadian will be so humble as to share his name with his special attack. Kazuha slash. Alright. I remember people memeing about that. The burst name. It was just compared to all other burst names at the time. Kazuha slash was like, wow. People didn't know what to think of it.
Add ask. Thank you for
Okay, resin, yes. Oh, also my crystal flies. Haven't gotten crystal flies on this account yet. I really feel sorry for you when you have to repeat so much stuff sometimes. It does sometimes get tiring. Especially when someone for stuff like that, it honestly does sometimes like come to my mind of like, Okay, here we go again. I gotta say this again. But for there are certain things in Genshin that I just really like talking about. Stuff like what like me explaining the whole not using Kazuha burst very often, right? That's something that, because it's like a long thought process that I had to come up with. It's something satisfying to me, like coming up with that myself, and not really totally myself, but like from coming up with it myself along from many other people's opinions and forming that opinion on my own, and why I do this certain gameplay where I don't use Kazuha's burst very often. I guess coming to that decision myself, yeah. I maybe not coming up with that gameplay myself, but coming to that decision for myself. It's satisfying to me, and I like talking about it. But sometimes it does get annoying. Like, for example, someone asks a question. Okay, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? And then I ask them questions. Okay, all right, and they answer. They give me information about their account, and then okay, I spend like 20 minutes talking about what they are doing wrong, what they could be doing, what they can do, and then I ask them questions. Okay, so which one do you prefer, this or that? And then 15 minutes later, I don't get an answer for it, but I still see them in chat. They're still chatting with other people, and then I think, okay, well, all right, I guess he just didn't hear me then, and then I'll tell him, okay, I'm gonna assume this, I'm gonna assume that. And sometimes if I really don't get an answer, I'll say it for both like options. I'll explain both options. And then after like half an hour of rambling later, I get the same question from the same guy. Hey, how do you do this? And at that point, I kind of just ignore them. It excites me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess because I'm not that smart, right? I'm not that smart. I'm not that knowledgeable in Genshin. Like, I'm not like a theory crafter level, right? Like, I understand at least like the what is it? The fundamentals, right? But I don't understand it to the point where I'm at like theory crafter levels, right? Where I can just do them. I have an idea. I do the math. And then, okay, all right, it looks like this is better than this by 3%. Like, I'm not, I don't know Genshin that well, but at least I know it well enough to where I can have an idea of like how to put this and that together and what it might turn out into.
Here comes the catch. Busted. Witness the power of the rock. Huh?
Cross over!
Wow, that was wait. All right, what a coincidence. That was random. I don't think I've ever seen that number before. Just flat 230000. I don't think I've ever seen a number like that in Genshin. Yo, RJ, please help me build the C6 R5 Yelan with cracked artifact. Thanks. Some people really do. Well, maybe not like that. A bit exaggerated, but some people really do come here and do stuff like that. But most of the time, I can tell when someone's just trying to flex. When they just say, hey, can you look at my character? But I also understand that some people do that because they just want someone's opinion of their character, right? Or how well they're... Because I know that some people like are happy with their how well built their characters are, but at the same time they're also looking for other people's opinions because they want to know if they can stop building this character. Yeah, and start building other characters, and I understand that, but that's not. It's while yes, obviously the Genshin community is pretty big, so the Genshin community does have a lot of different kinds of people. but we also have the other kind of people in the Genshin community. We have the kind of people that are, hey, look at this, and then they get off of the streamer reaction when the streamer says, whoa, 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 like, what is this? What is this build? This build is nuts. Right? They get off of reactions like that, especially because it's like from, you know, it's someone who a lot of people are watching, and they get off of that feeling. It's like it's a what's the term I should be using? A hint, a splash. I'm about to talk about dopamine. A hint of dopamine. What is it? A hit. Okay, there we go. Better word. Hit. A hit of dopamine for them. And I'm not saying that they're, you know, they're like sad people, but if you're really happy with your life, like if you're truly happy with your life, like you're happy with your family, you're happy with your loved ones, you're happy with your friends, if you're happy with yourself and the stuff that you've achieved IRL, like you're good in sports, you're good in math or whatever in school, you have other things to worry about, like your grades and your homework and stuff, and preparing for an exam or whatever, or a project. If you're truly that kind of person, then you wouldn't even care about getting a dopamine hit from someone reacting surprised to your well-built Ayato or well-built Nilou or whatever. To your whale, no, not even whale. Like to the how lucky you got with your artifacts, because artifacts are random. They're not skill based. You didn't get good artifacts because you were better at farming than other people. You got better artifacts than other people because you got luckier than them. Of course, I understand there's also the factor of knowing what artifacts to put on certain characters and knowing like which piece should I use because I have this piece. I have too much crit rate. Now I have too much crit rate, so now I have to get a crit damage circlet. There's also that, and that is kind of skill based. I guess it's less skill based and more knowledge and experience based, but still, it's like it's you doing that, and it's not just RNG doing that, and that I will acknowledge that. Sure, I will absolutely acknowledge that. But flexing on stuff that you got lucky with, oh, it's like imagine finding $100 bill on the street and then you find out, oh, this is real, and then you flex on other people. Hey, you know, the other day I found $100 on the sidewalk while walking to school. And then, like, I guess you get a hit of dopamine when your friends say, like, "Whoa, seriously? Whoa, bro." I guess what I'm against so much about is giving people like that the hit of dopamine that they're looking for. I've never seen a character build like this before. Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a little similar to the thing I was talking about earlier about becoming a slave to the excitement of a character being released or a rerun coming.
Game's up. Fun's over.
You ain't going nowhere. Who just... Oh, oh, okay. I was like, someone threw something at me from behind me. Apparently it's that fungi enemy. I'm sorry, bro. Bye.
Easy money.
Don't worry, you won't starve to death over there. I'm sure someone will come along and kill you off before you starve to death. That's dark. That was really dark. And Flex is my Ayaka. Only the best for best forehead. Oh hey, speaking of Ayaka, how's your Ayaka going, Spartan? Yeah, how's your Ayaka build going? Have you been able to 999 her yet? Biggest pet peeve? Can I get your account or give me a Welkin? True story. I've been asked these two questions more than you know. Wait. Can I get your account? Oh my god. Okay. I guess I haven't... Alright, that sounds like an 8-year-old. That definitely sounds like an 8-year-old would ask that kind of question. But I mean, okay. I mean, I don't blame them. they're young. But if someone if I knew that someone was like 16 or 18 or 20 years old and then they said that to me, I would be concerned. I'd be more concerned than annoyed. Cuz that sounds really depressing actually. Where is that teleporter? Oh, there. Okay. There are a lot of kids around. You have no idea. I mean, I have some idea at least, because like, while I don't see them as often now as before, but you'd be surprised how many 8 and 9-year-olds used to watch my stream. And I was okay. So all right, I'll be honest. Earlier I mentioned where was there, okay. So earlier I mentioned about people asking for help and then me taking like half an hour rambling for 45 minutes to try and help them, and then like half an hour later, 45 minutes later, realizing, all right, this guy didn't really care what I was rambling about, or like either he didn't even pay attention to it, or maybe he got disconnected, or maybe he didn't care, or maybe he didn't even understand. I'm gonna assume he's a complete newbie, or he's just like an 8-year-old. And then at that point, because I guess I just really like Genshin's, what is, oh okay, there it is. I guess I just really like Genshin's like combat and like its mechanics so much that I just can't bring myself to start explaining something to someone very vaguely and in an inaccurate way. So whenever someone asks me for help, I will try my best to like dull it down and simplify it as much as I can. But it's hard for me to simplify something, especially if like I don't know that person. If it's like the first time they're coming here, I don't know how much they know. I don't know how old they are. So most of the time my default answer will be like super accurate, and at least trying to be as accurate as what I know, as much as what my knowledge of the game is. I'll be back in 15 minutes. Oh, all right. I want to get my ER up. R5 anime. R5 anime sword. Wait, your account is pretty maybe not old, but like it's not young. Do you not have enough billets to get R5 Aminoma anime? R5 anime sword. Okay. I got artifacts right now. Wait, what? Wait, huh? Why are you farming Ayaka artifacts? Do you have Ayaka? Okay, hang on. Am I forgetting something? I don't know. I just don't remember you having Ayaka. Or is it on your alt account?
Time to go.
Alright, get up there. Get down there. And let's rock.
Stabilize.
Take it easy. Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Into the wind.
Welcome to the road resort. Alright. Oops. Okay. I did not hit anything with that E. Alright. I did not hit anything with that E. Alright.
Gotcha. Treasure. One way to draw your target out.
I think I might not finish this today. Yeah. I think I'm gonna take it slow and go into dog mode on the second account. There's not really a reason for me to have this like map fully opened anytime soon. I think I'm just gonna take it slow, just like I did with my main account. My third account, I kind of rushed it on my third account, but not like super rushed where I ignored everything. But I didn't really pick up. Yeah, I skipped a lot of like shiny, a lot of shiny stuff on the third account, especially because on my third account was my first run of this region, so I didn't know about a lot of the mechanics of certain new puzzles.
A chest full of valuables.
What did he say?
And a trove of potential clues.
At least that's what I heard. I don't have headphones on, by the way. I have speakers on right now, but I have it like I have the volume set to low just so you know the. Oops, what is this over here? Wait a moment. Oh, that's going to the domain. Awesome. I didn't know there was a way over here. Awesome. I'll be back for you in a moment, my dear. Dada ku dada. Is this a time? Oh no, it's one of those barrel things. Okay, cool.
Easy money.
Solidify!
Busted.
This is order.
Oops. Oh, come on. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yes, that's right. Wait. Oh, I guess I don't have him yet. Sarouche more useful than Paimon? Sorry, not sorry. I mean, I can't blame you, man.
Stabilize.
I can't blame you for saying that. Wait, did you see that? That looked really funny to watch. He was just waving his club around. Because his club couldn't catch on fire because he was on water. It just looked weird. It just looked like he was dancing. Why does it give me good substats but wrong main stat? Hey, welcome to Genshin Endgame, man. Mages are the worst. Why? Why? Which mages do you hate the most? When they start dancing and laughing at you, I'm like, let me bring my Kaza. Alright, I guess I understand that feeling. Which mage do I hate the most? I guess the Hydra one. Yeah, I hate the Hydra one the most. I guess it's mostly because, like, if you're fighting multiple mages that have multiple elements, typically the Pyro is the higher priority. Like, let's say if you have Kazuha, for example. Typically, Pyro is like the higher priority element that'll get infused in animal swirls or infusions. So it's pretty easy to break cryo shields. Right? The cryo major shield. And because Pyro is typically the higher priority when it comes to swirl or animal infusion, typically you only get a vape on the Hydro major shield instead of like a reaction that takes off a lot of its shield. And because it's only a vape, it doesn't take off a lot of its shield compared to the cryo mage, which the cryo mage seems to take a lot of damage from swirling Pyro, whereas I don't know why cryo doesn't seem to get swirled much, or like if it does, but it does, but it doesn't really take off much. Where is this? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to take off much off of the Hydro Major shield, but then on the other hand, the Pyro Major shield seems to take a lot of damage if there's a Hydro Mage around, and you do a big animal attack.
Fateful offering.
Do I not have Sarouche yet? I guess not. Oh, yo, what's up, bro gamer? How's it going, man? I finally got started. I've finally gotten started with what I titled this stream. After how many hours? How many hours did it take me? Like How many hours we've been streaming? 2. Okay, a little bit less than 2 hours. After finally, like more than 2 hours, I finally got through it and started doing what this stream is titled. These days are too hot, like my personality. Lol. Wait, I just realized Ether is like looking all over the place. Okay, looking at Paimon. Looking at Sarush. Alright, Paimon, whoever this NPC is. I got a final tomorrow. Later, RJ. Oh, alright, alright. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us for quite a while, Spartan. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Hey, good luck. Good luck on your final tomorrow. Alright, so now the question is, where are these? Because I really would prefer to not to miss these, like these I don't know what those are called. Because when you it's a bit of a pain to go back to some of them, especially because some of them you kind of have to climb up to where they are. Some of them like are hidden inside somewhere. So it's better to get them now. Because they like picking these up can get you 600 primos. I don't know if like whoever hasn't done these things yet, you have to do it. Do not skip these things. Because once you get 30 of those, is it 30 or 36? Oh, 36, yes. Once you get 36 of them, that's like instant 600 primo gems. Oops. Avoid to stay cold in these days. Sorry, what is that? Emote. It's too small for me to read. Can I? Oh, I didn't know I could zoom in. No! Wait. I can't zoom out. Okay, oh, there. Alright. Oh, this is so much better. I can see chat so much more clearly. I just finally thought of, you know, zooming in. Because it's a browser, right? And like with Chrome and most other browsers, you can zoom into a web page. The chat window is in a browser. So I zoomed in. That makes chat so much easier to read. Although it does mean I have fewer messages. Fewer messages at a time. I can't believe it. I can only get one level out of this. I've used 30 fragile and nothing good yet. Yeah, Sean, you know what? Okay, you're a new player, right? I'm just gonna tell you this now. Don't expect anything. If you want to avoid disappointment, don't expect anything from artifact farming. Yeah, like just don't expect anything. Just do your best to truly not expect anything. So there's the difference between trying to not expect anything and actually not expecting anything. Because when you're just trying to not expect anything, you're just kind of telling yourself, okay, no, nothing good will come with this. I'm not getting anything good. I'm not getting anything good. But like deep down inside, you still feel like some part of you is still hoping for something good. And every time you see, okay, it's the artifact set, like you still have that hope. Just I want you to crush that hope and just like throw it out in the back. Forget about it. Especially when it comes to Genshin artifact farming. Because expecting the worst means you'll be surprised anytime you get something even useful. Just save yourself the heartache, man. Dancing, laughing. Yeah. He's too sick of this dialogue stuff. SN90, who's too sick of this dialogue stuff? This is actually getting painful. Yeah, but then how long can you ignore it? Ignore it for? You can kind of ignore it for, well, okay. I guess it's me. Everyone's different. I guess, well, that's the thing about me is I wouldn't say I think I've had a good life, right? Like my mom and dad have been very good to me. Like my mom and dad aren't like rich or anything, so they weren't always able to get me everything I wanted.
Time to go.
In fact, yeah, not a lot of times when my mom and dad were able to get me what I wanted, but at least they did every now and then. And so I've had a good life, but despite that, I still am like this. How do I put it? I'm still. Oh, come on. I also just saw the inside of Kazua's face there for a bit. I still am like this person that's always thinking, I hate disappointment. I hate this. I hate that. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. I guess like I guess you could, you know, to put it shortly, I hate disappointment. Also, why am I climbing up? I don't know. I didn't really need to climb up. Oh yes, that's right. You know what? Well, I might as well go over here. I actually remember quite a fair bit of the stuff that I can get around me. So there's a spin crystal over here, but I'm not gonna worry about it because after I finish the Sarush quest, there's gonna be another one of like whatever Sarush is that I can talk to, and it'll be like a multi-day quest that I could do. No, not multi-day. I guess it's only one day. Oh man, okay, that I did not want to do that. All right, I wanted to press Q, not Z. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and I guess because of how much I hate disappointment, I've kind of always tried my best to avoid feeling disappointment by expecting the worst every time.
Things are about to
Be
get
like, you know, being a cynic, being a pessimist, like it's a sad way of living in my opinion. And if only I could change how things went, I might. But then again, like there's also some part of me that says, well, if I changed anything about how I decided to live since childhood, I might be a very different person today. So I don't fully regret it, but I could definitely say it's a kind of a sad way to live.
Take it easy.
So yeah, I guess because I've been doing it for a long time, it kind of just came naturally to me to ignore, to stop myself from hoping to get good artifacts. You're probably trying to unlock the other statue of 7 level. No. I remember why I was climbing up there. I think it was by instinct because on my 2 other accounts, I remember one of those like little floating candlelight whatever things. You know, hang on. Okay, if I finish this dialogue, I might be able to get whatever that thing is called. There's one up there that I had to climb up there twice. Like once on my main account and my friend's account. to get it. Hang on. Let's see if we can find out what it's called. Plumes of Purifying Light. Okay. Apparently they're called Plumes of Purifying Light. So, I remember there's a Plume of Purifying Light somewhere here. Yes. I think. Yeah. It's somewhere here, but then it's not on the top level. So, the way that I got to where it was on my friend's account and on my main account was through here. I teleported here. I went up to that chest up there that I got, and then I just walked over here and dropped down. And I think that was what I was instinctively going up there to for. Bye for now. So much study today. Oh, I see. That's alright, man. Please take care of real life first. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, bro. I appreciate it, man. Good luck with whatever you're studying. Sounds like depression. It does kind of sound like depression. But I wouldn't consider myself depressed. More like sad about the tough stuff in life, but I wouldn't really consider myself to be depressed. In fact, I consider myself to be more depressing and than depressed, because I think I depress other people more than I'm more than how depressed I am. Okay. Alright, I just needed to move that. And come back. There we go. I mean, I could have moved that later on, but I wanted to move it now. Because I'm gonna move it again later anyway. Doing the puzzle underground, have to enter the well and that open area above. What is it called? Arumi? Enter the well. Wait, what? What well are we talking about? Wait, SN90. Have you explored this place before? Have you explored this place already? Am I the only one who got kicked for an update? Really? You did? No, I didn't. But I did experience some lag about an hour ago.
One man's stone.
Oh, also,
is
yes,
another
every time
man's
you find one of these things, please do them immediately, because they're kind of a pain to have to go find again. Yeah, you definitely want to do these things every time you find them. Especially if you find them because you're doing, like, you're following the quest. Especially because some of them are underground in a cave somewhere, where the quest that we're doing right now is actually leading you to. So some of them are actually a bit hard to find if you don't do them as soon as you find them. Biology, English, still have today. Oh.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
English, I have no problems with English. I don't know, like I've often found English to be actually fun, even as a kid when I was young. I liked English, even though I didn't fully understand everything my teacher was talking about. Like I said, I'm not very smart. Like, I was actually one of the worst. I would say, yeah, you know what? I was one of the worst students in my class for like most of high school. Yeah, I was always down at the bottom 3 out of 40, 41, 42 students. I was almost always down at the bottom 3. Either I'm the second to the bottom or the third to the bottom. I was that kind of kid. But biology, man, my problem with biology is, like, while I've always liked science, even from a long time ago, from when I was still in school, and even now, I feel the same way about science. It always feels so awesome to me, like learning about all this cool stuff that not everyone knows about, and just being able to talk about it, like whenever there's a random conversation going on, I'd just be able to bring up a random science fact, or like fact of science, why this, why that, and I can explain whatever conversation they're having. It always feels so cool to me. But whenever I'm like in the process of taking in new knowledge, it just makes me sleepy. It's so hard to stay conscious while doing it. Alright, oh, there's actually a teleporter here that is not too far off. That is pretty useful. Because this teleporter is pretty close to a way to get up there quickly. I have to say, I always think I have to be from India. I always think why I have to be from India. Man, don't be, don't be like that, man. There's nothing. Well, while yes, there is a difference between like the life of being born in one country or one city from another, but it's, I'm sure, I don't think India is the worst place to be born in ever. In fact, I think India might be in a pretty good position geologically, like in the next 10 to 15 years, 10 to 20 years, in fact. I'm back. Yo, welcome back, Mamoru-san. So yeah, do this puzzle and then you will permanently have an easy way to get up there. Yeah, because so you know how China has been the quote-unquote factory of the world, right? For the past what, 20-25 years? Well, the fact that you have such fast growth in economy also means that minimum salaries are going to increase. People are going to have are not going to tolerate lower salaries, or at least salaries as low as they used to, which means labor costs are going to increase for both local businesses and foreign businesses, which is not, while good, because it does show that your country or your nation is progressing financially and economically. Your economy is growing, and what's gonna end up continuing to happen is your country is going to continue to get more and more high-level jobs, which is good. Because there are going to be more and more higher-level jobs and higher-level jobs introduced into your own country, which means more opportunities for the people of your country, right? More opportunities for better education, so that the current market can supply good enough. Where is this thing? Where's the next one? Oh, there. Okay. Can supply with people with the sufficient skill set to supply the demand of high-skilled workers, right? Which means education is likely going to improve in your country because of this. And on top of that, there are also going to, foreign investors are also going to continue to see that, whoa, labor in this country is cheap. Whoa, this country's economy is growing. I'm gonna ride this wave of growth, right? Because investing in a certain country is, well, it's an investment, right? Whether you're a small-scale business or a large-scale business, it's an investment. And if you spend $1,000 now in a country that is very quickly growing, that $1,000 might be worth $10,000 in a few years from now, or depending on how quick the growth is. So more investment poured into a certain country means more opportunities for the people. More opportunities for the people means is going to attract more investors in the future, which means more opportunities for the people, which means more investors, which means more opportunities again, right? And then the cycle continues until it hits a certain market saturation of labor cost to quality of goods, So I'm not an economist. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of just observing what has happened to lots of other places in the world. It happened to Japan. It happened to South Korea. It happened to China. And it's now happening in India. It's happening to Vietnam. And it's going to happen to a few other Asian countries. Because China's labor costs are going up. Well, they have gone up. So they're not as low as they used to anymore. As they used to be anymore. Especially with like especially with the not so good international relations. Right? Like look at Apple. Look at Apple is clearly trying to find a way to get out of China.
I will have order.
Gather.
Certainly worth the extra mile.
Shiny. Ooh, shiny. What is this? Oh man. It feels nice just letting go like this. It's, I don't know. I thought that I was getting burnt out on Genshin for a while, and then they come up with stuff like this. I don't know. Despite not being the most fun gameplay ever, it's fun in a casual way.
One with nature.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to burst again.
Quietly now.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Get out of hiding.
I love English more than Bengali. I swear I don't understand most of the words Bengali language. I feel the same way about my local language. I actually feel the same way about my local language, man. I know more English words than I do my local language. Obviously, you know, it's my local language, so I can speak it fluently, but not... I can speak my local language, I guess, a little bit more fluently than English, especially because I hardly ever have people to talk to in full English.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
Anything else? Oh, there's one over there. But I have a wider vocabulary in English, and I guess because English is actually taught as a subject in school, so I actually know like grammar rules and stuff. Not everything, but I know some of the grammar stuff in English, whereas I know nothing about grammar of my local language. I'm here somehow. I mean, you're here. I don't know. You're here somehow. Yay. I don't know why. I appreciate you being here, but yeah. I guess you and I are both confused as to why you're here. But hey, I'm happy, man. "4:54 a.m. I cannot remember the last time I woke up that early." Oh, there's the bell. Okay, I'll get the bell later. Where am I off to? Where are they supposed to go to? Oh my goodness. Alright, I am way lost from where I was supposed to be. Your journey ends here. Ugh. Okay, I can't do the whole thing without shouting. I would have to actually scream to imitate that, or at least to try and imitate that.
This is order.
Solidify.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
One with nature.
Busted.
You won this one.
You won this one. That sounded very Razor-like. Well, I mean, not the guy, but like the way I imitated him. Okay, so there are totems over here. Yeah, I remember this. Wow, this is awesome. I remember so much of this. This feels awesome. I mean, I'm not proud that I've done all of this now 3 times, and this is my 4th time doing this now. I'm not proud of that fact, but I'm having fun because like I'm not completely lost. Okay, got a bounce piece. All right, thanks for hanging out with us, SN90. Take care, man. See the server clips. Okay, all right. I'll probably take a look at it after a stream, man. All right. Cannot deploy here. I only wish that we could move vertically a little faster, because sometimes I just have to move vertically, only vertically and not horizontally, and there's no way to move faster. Sprint apparently only works. Sprint apparently only works with what is it called? Horizontal movement. I'm gonna clip that. Wait, I remember doing something dumb a few minutes ago, but I don't remember. What is that? Oh, you know what? Never mind. Ignore that. Don't tell me what it is. I'll just check it out in clips later. There was another one over here again, I think. Come on. There you are. Okay. And okay, there's the last one. I missed. Hey, there we go.
Smells like something good is inside.
It's time to pull the...
Although I gotta admit, I do remember some of this is kind of annoying to do. I'm actually super happy because of the way that they've decided to place a lot of the puzzles and chests and mechanisms, because they seem to be somewhat along the way of where the quest, and not just the quest, like the quest and like Seelies, like when you're doing, as you're following the quest, you see a Seelie, and the Seelie is actually headed to which direction you're supposed to be going in because of your quest, and because of that Seelie as well, you get to find other stuff too. And I don't know, I've found it really satisfying to play. A lot more satisfying than before, whereas like in Mondstadt and Liyue before, you were kind of just left to your own devices to unlock lots of different challenges and find lots of different chests.
A chest full of valuables and a trove.
Although that did give you like the true open world experience compared to what this is. But I don't know, I appreciate this. I like it. I feel like I'm missing something, but anyway, I guess I'll find it again later.
Time to go.
treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
Okay, so when you come here, guys, before you go for the Dendroculus, do this thing, and it'll actually give you the yellow things to just zoom on to Spider-Man your way over there. Yeah, I learned it the hard way. I went straight for the Dendroculus, and then like an hour later when I came back here, I realized, oh, I could have just avoided the climb. Right. Okay, so of course I want to unlock that. Okay. Well, there goes Kazuha. I love that. Could you imagine if Traveler was like the way Genshin worked with Traveler was actually traveling with all the characters that we have, and then Kazuha just fell to the ground and died, and then hey, there's a cutscene. I'm sorry, I have to walk over here and talk to this guy, and then like there's just dead Kazuha on the ground, left behind because Traveler has to get in a cutscene. Yep, there he goes. Okay, well. Alright, which of these can we get rid of? Which of these do I only want to have one of? Okay, I'll use this one for now. Weird about Genshin is if they could respawn a dead character on screen, they will ragdoll like Gmod models. Wait, if they couldn't respawn a dead character on the screen, ragdoll like Gmod models. That's funny. That's actually funny. I would love to see that. I mean, I'm sure I could just get on Google and look for footage of that. I love the ragdoll mechanics, man. Like, I love it in GTA, and boy, do I love it in Gmod. it's so dumb how it looks. Especially because, like, in some Gmod games, you can actually pick up other characters. And while you're holding them, it's just they're kind of like dangling, and they are just literally ragdolling.
Certainly worth the extra mile.
Solidify!
Busted. Here comes the catch. Wind strider. Easy money.
What am I forgetting? Okay, I guess I could just continue this another time. I think this is a good place to stop. Yeah, because I'm actually near a teleporter. Well, near-ish a teleporter. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go do dailies. Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, I have to reset my expeditions now. So that because if I reset my expeditions now, 13 hours later will be 8 a.m., which is when I usually wake up. So yeah, 13 hours later will be the next time I reset expeditions again. Ooh, I just realized I can't actually stream tomorrow. Yeah, oh, okay. Well, alright, you know what? I'm gonna do my dailies now. Because I'm not gonna hold off on doing dailies until tomorrow because I can't stream tomorrow. I probably won't even be able to do my dailies tomorrow. I'll be able to do them tomorrow evening, but not before the next daily reset. Oh. I almost gave myself a bit of a problem there. Isn't that weird? Watching a streamer do dailies twice in one stream. I mean, like, you know, at least in a stream that's not 24 hours. Oh dear. Well, this is convenient.
It's time to pull the trigger.
And hydro.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun is over.
All right, another one.
Stabilize. That's close enough. New punch.
Gotcha. These are about to get dicey. Take it easy. Quietly now.
Order guide you.
And we're done. Oh yes, resin.
Thank you for add.
Oh, it's not 13 hours apparently, it's 15 hours. But still. 13 hours would only be 6 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, 13 hours at 8 a.m. What day is it? Thursday. Ah, okay, it's fine. Alright, I don't need to collect my teapot coins. Am I forgetting anything? Ah, yes, of course. Alright, just gonna swap accounts. I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, apparently there are updates. Alright. No, Sean said he got disconnected because of an update. I don't know why I didn't. Although I do remember getting disconnected, I think it was yesterday or the other day. Yeah, I remember that was on stream. I timed out on stream. I just got an update. Yeah. Sean said it happened to him. He got disconnected like 15 minutes ago, I guess. Stuck on the puzzle for PMA. Puzzle? Oh, you're doing okay. Oh, wait. What do you mean puzzle? Like for the domain, to open up the domain near the PMA? I gotta tell you, Inazuma was not my favorite region when it came to puzzles. It wasn't great. You know, like those cubes. Oh, those things. Oh, I hated those things. So okay, there is a way to do it like with your brain, but I feel like it just took too much brain power, man. Like if you're any smarter than me, then you might actually be able to do it smartly, and not just wing it. Yo, what's up, Asmar? Good to see you, man. How's it going? We're just waiting for this update to finish. You know, one day, I'll be able to afford a high-speed NVMe SSD. One day. And then this verifying file integrity, that'll go like zip. I mean, obviously not like that, exaggeration, but still a lot faster than how it's going now. Although I don't know what that verifying file integrity thing is. Is it MiHoYo's servers checking it, or is it just like a local like piece of data along with the update to check? That has like a certain checklist about how everything is. If it's local, then a faster drive would make that go faster. But if it's online, then no, it's honestly gonna be the same for everyone. Use only pillar and coconut jellyfish all the time. Wait, what? Okay, to do the puzzle. Hey, yeah, just go AFK. Just go AFK until it solves itself. I kinda just hit it at random intervals. I just do it randomly. I don't... and I try to do it randomly too. Like I don't just go like left, right, left, right, left, right. No, I try to do it at a random pattern. Like I will do left, right, right, left, left, right, 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 left, right, left, left. Where are my dailies? Well, thankfully they don't seem to have put any dailies in the new region. Well, the new region's not bad when it comes to like accessibility. But I swear, if they put it on top of this thing, I don't know. It's gonna be a really annoying daily for me. I was only click my ult, and it actually solved it for me. Oh, I love it. Isn't that the best? When you accidentally click your ult and then you're done. That's awesome. I cannot count the number of times I've accidentally done that. Where instead of pressing W, I press Q. My hand is just a little bit off to the left, just enough to where instead my middle finger, instead of pressing W, it presses Q. On Catherine. On Catherine of all places. Yo, where are you going, man? We got a party to go to. Okay.
Gotcha.
Time to go.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's
Boom.
over.
Where's the other guy? Oh. And catch the particles. Hello, yo, what's up, Kendra? Yo, long time no see, man. How's it going? How's it going, man? I feel like it's just checking the diagnostics of the game, making sure everything is running fine. Yeah, like, my question earlier was, that is, yeah, because obviously it's an update, right? So there are new files. The thing that I don't know about is, like, how they made it work. Is it local, or is it checking locally? Like, is it just, are they included in the update? Is there, like, a little checklist? A little file that's like a checklist that does the checking locally, or is the checklist on their server? Is it online? Yeah, long time no see, Kendra. How are you? My teammate got pissed because he tried for so long to solve it. Wait, you're doing it in co-op? What kind of teammate you mean? Like someone you're playing in co-op with? Yesterday? Oh yeah. Oh wait. I'm sorry. That was embarrassing. Co-op? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you that you're enjoying co-op.
Add Astra,
And because co-op it's a part of Genshin, right? They developed it like along with Genshin, so like I'm just kind of disappointed why that I don't enjoy co-op, which is a whole other part of the game. Oh man. Okay, alright. I'm gonna have to use my resin later because yeah, I don't want the expeditions to be too far apart from each other. The only reason why I had 999 lives is because I used to call up in Genshin every day to farm with another streamer. Why do you even farm slimes, man? I mean, I would understand that you would farm hilly trolls, but I feel like I've never ever had to farm for slimes before. The only enemies I've ever had to farm for are Kairagi and Nobushi, fungi enemies, the Black Serpent Knights, because obviously there's so few of them, Spectres, because I just always avoid them when I see them, so I hardly have any mats of them. Fungi enemies, what else? What else have I ever farmed in Genshin? I don't know, like, yeah, but, oh, hilichurls, yeah, I've had to farm hilichurls and it was kind of painful. I swear, I never want to have to farm for hilichurls ever again. And, like, their drop rate is so low. the amount of stuff Hilichurls drop is just so low. And I would understand because there's like a million Hilichurls across Tevat, but then it just you don't really see a camp of like 50 Hilichurls, right? Which I would love. I would love to see a camp of 50 to 100 Hilichurls, and that would be fine. The problem is you typically see only 2 or 3 Hilichurls in a camp, which might get you 1 or 2 drops. And then you have to walk over to the next camp, and the next camp, and the next camp. Yeah, I found that issue with my my third account. I had so many characters that wanted Hilichurl masks. I think I remember Jean, Eula, Xingqiu. Who else wanted them? I don't remember. Oh yeah, the Hilichurl arrows. Okay, so yeah, that's included too. The Hilichurl arrows, man, that's kind of painful to farm too. Yeah, because like they only drop from the archers. And typically in a Hilichurl camp, there's really only 1 or 2 archers. And I guess the drop rate feels like it's... No, you know what? I think the drop rate's about the same as the Hilichurl masks. Who wants Hilichurl arrows again? Oh, Fischl. Fischl and I think Diona too.
Stabilize. That's close
Happy
enough.
to oblige.
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
You are not welcome here.
Gotcha.
Got Nahida? Yo, you got Nahida? Congrats, man. Congratulations. Glad to hear that. Now I wish my third account got Nahida. I mean, like, okay, you know what? I know I already got Nahida on my main and second accounts, but I also want her on the third account, man. I don't want to have to. There's a reason why I pulled for almost the same characters across all 3 accounts, and using the same teams to clear the same abyss chambers is one of those reasons. I would prefer to not have to brainstorm up a new team on different accounts. That was... okay, that was nice. Doesn't it get boring if you stick to the same stuff? Yeah, well, for most people, it probably would. For most people. But, because I'm me, I'm lazy, right? I want to finish the things that I need to finish in the least amount of effort. And that's why I'm not a successful YouTuber. Because I'm no fun at all. You know how some YouTubers like to do dumb challenges, like one character only challenge or blindfolded challenge or whatever? I'm a killjoy. I'm no fun. That's why I'm like really small on YouTube. I guess a lot of that too is also because I don't, I hardly make videos, right? Because obviously, like, the ad revenue when it comes to VODs is very low. Because, like, after a live stream, who's gonna watch a VOD, an entire VOD, right? Like, who's gonna see a YouTube video that says 6 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, and gonna click on it, right? It just doesn't work. People on YouTube are just they just have a different, like, thing that attracts them. They see a 3-minute video, clickable thumbnail, clickable title. All right, click it. 1-minute video. That's why clip channels are popping off, because yeah, because people have short attention spans, man. And I understand. I really should put in more time and effort to be uploading, like, regular videos and stuff, but Genshin just doesn't really have much content to make on right now. Like, look at the mainstream Genshin content creators. Like, look at their thumbnails and titles. The truth about this, the truth about that, right? Like, it's all right. Sure, I understand this part of the job, but there's nothing to make attractive about the game. There's nothing about the game that is already attractive without having to make it attractive. What am I doing? Oh yes, that's right. All right. Third account, dailies. I have been thinking about for a good long while now. I have been kind of like you with anime. Okay, that's actually true. Yes, that is actually true. Yeah. I have been thinking for a good long while now. Good long while, like a little bit less than a year, but more than a few months. About making guides for each character in the game, but not your typical super accurate kind of guide. I'm talking about like something along the lines of like a guide for dummies, like a super easy to follow and like oversimplified guide. I've some of the character. Oh, hang on. Some of the characters that I've been thinking about making guides first. I can't seem to make up my mind about who I want to make guides on first. But every time I start thinking about a character, I immediately like start thinking about, okay, what am I gonna say? All right, start with this, start with that. But then like I can't seem to stop myself from going into too much detail like I always do, and that's why nothing has really come out of it so far. I haven't really just sat down and spent like a few hours on like trying to come up with it. It's like sometimes I sit on the toilet and then I'll think about it for a little bit and then I'll realize, okay, all right, my mind like keeps scattering left and right. This isn't going anywhere. So that's why nothing has really come out of it so far. Because I think a simple and easy to follow guide might actually be appealing to a lot of casual players. Although I also understand that a lot of the silent majority of Genshin's casual players, I'm pretty sure don't even get on YouTube. They probably don't even watch any Genshin content. Like they just log in every now and then, and they'll just think like, how do I make this character stronger? And they don't even get on Google. Like some of them might get on Google, and that's why websites like Game with Net or whatever other websites that have like blog style guides exist, because of those people that just get on Google and don't really get on YouTube. So that's another reason why I haven't really put too much effort into it, because I feel like it's a type of video where the demographic exists, but it doesn't exist on the platform that I'm trying to put it on.
That's close enough. New punch.
Wind strike.
Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now. Take it easy.
Also, to go back to your question, doesn't it get boring to stick to the same stuff?
Thank you.
Sean, just look at how I play, man. I got 3 accounts, literally 3 accounts. Every time I swap accounts, every account looks exactly the same. Kazuha, Yelan with Favbo, Sayu level 20, and Zhongli. And Zhongli. Like, alright. What are you talking about boring? It's not boring. I am boring. I think I'm gonna have to go to hard pity. I think this is really gonna have to go into hard pity. Alright, so this is my 3rd account, the one that lost 50-50 and didn't get Nahida yet. Okay, so what is my pity at? 60, 65, alright, 67, 68. Alright, oh nice, we are at 69, well not 69 anymore, we're now at 70 pity. Oh sorry, not 69, sorry, 68. Oh, so right now we're at 69 pity, nice. We just did 1 wish. Alright. At the very least, I'm guaranteed now, and I also have a C friggin' 5 gene, because I lose 50-50 a lot on this account, apparently. It's nuts. This is my F2P account, and it has C5 gene. Yeah. Nuts, right? Oh yes, that's right. I actually also have something to do on my friend's account. I gotta, because tomorrow I'm not gonna be at home. And I actually really don't like playing on mobile. I was pretty excited when my wife got her new phone, because I don't have, well, I do have a phone. Technically, it's not my phone, it's my brother's phone. My phone is broken. It's been broken for 6 years now. No, actually only 5, never mind. Yeah, only 5 years. So, I've had to, kind of sad story here, actually. So, so I couldn't get it fixed, because it's a OnePlus. It was a OnePlus. Well, it is a OnePlus, yes. And because OnePlus isn't a very common brand here in the Philippines, especially, you know, because of the fact that I live in a small city, there's hardly no one knows about what OnePlus is, and it's awful. No one even wants to try and Google the part number for a screen replacement for it. Yeah, I don't know. They just say, oh, we don't know what this is. I can't fix this. Which means I'd have to either go to Manila or ship it to a repair shop in Manila. And because it's not a very common brand, replacement parts for it are hella expensive. And when I say expensive, I mean like expensive. Yeah, like so the phone itself, it was a OnePlus 5. The phone itself cost how much was it? $600, right? $600. The phone itself was $600, and to get the screen replaced is $200, plus I have to pay for shipping both ways. So that's immediately, and I definitely don't want to ship it with like the cheapest shipping option. I want at least some insurance because it's a $600 phone. I need to go buy. Oh, alright. Thanks for hanging out with us, Happy. Take care, man. It's a $600 phone, and because in 2018 when it broke, it broke and I was broke too. I was broke when it broke. Couldn't afford it. I had to wait more than a year, like 2 years, before I finally saved up enough money. And by the time, I wasn't even sure if it was still worth repairing, because it was already a 2-year-old phone at that point. Obviously, the OnePlus 5 had top tier specs for when it was released. So 2 years later, it still would have been a very competent phone, but it was an outdated design, because between the time of when the phone broke, when the phone was purchased and when the phone broke, there was a huge shift in common phone aesthetic design that I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep that phone. And because it was already 2 years old at that point, spending $200 to get a $600 phone replaced, no, more than $200, like more or less $250, I didn't feel like was worth it, because I feel like in another 2 or 3 years, I would have had to ship the phone again to probably get a battery replacement. And then a little bit less than a year after that, I finally I got a phone because I bought a laptop. Apparently they had a promo, the retailer that was selling it, they were giving away a free $100 phone, like literally $100. Very cheap phone, but in the very least I would have a phone. So I thought, hey, well, I get a better work laptop, and I get a phone. Hey, why not? And at that time, my wife still had her old phone from 2014, I think. No. Oh yeah, I guess 2014, 2015.
Time to go.
It was a low-end phone, so it wasn't gonna last very long because of because it's a low-end phone. Specs weren't gonna last that long, right? And then it would have started to slow down drastically after like 2 or 3 years, to the point where it was unusable. And finally, my wife's a few months after I finally had my own phone that came free with my laptop, my wife's phone broke down, and then because it was such a cheap phone, it was like $150 phone from when it was purchased. My wife didn't really want to spend like more than $20 to have it fixed. So it's just sitting downstairs now, still broken. Yeah, so at that point there was a period of I think 2 or 3 years where the entire our entire household only had one phone. There's only 3 people in the house. There's only me, my wife, and my son. But yeah, there was only literally one phone in the entire household for a period of like 2 or 3 years. Until last year. Yeah, last year, my wife, because our son was already in grade 1. Me and my wife both talked about it several years ago that she wouldn't work until our son was old enough for her to leave him alone at home. I'm still here. It's just that I couldn't pay attention to him because I would be working as well. So yeah, our son was finally old enough for her to get a job. She got a job, and of course we couldn't do that. We couldn't be in that situation and only have one phone between us. So we finally decided to get another phone for her, and that was the phone that she has. That's the phone that she has now. And it's good. It's actually good enough. It's powerful enough. It's not a top tier phone. It's only an A series Samsung, but it's at least good enough to run Genshin. And I was super excited when we got it. And then when I started playing, I was like, okay, this is definitely not what I imagined it would be. Playing Genshin on mobile, man, not something. I was disappointed. And I'm okay. I admit it is a skill issue, but I just didn't I did think about it. It wasn't something that came to mind. Well, waiting for this look, it feels like watching paint dry, so yeah, not really much else to do today. Well, anyway, I guess that should be it for today, guys. Giveaway is over, by the way. Yeah, before we go, I finally decided to end the giveaway, the March giveaway. It wasn't an ideal way for me to end the giveaway because there weren't enough people that submitted good enough clips for me to choose from. So I ended up choosing 3 people out of the people who submitted clips. And then now we still have 2 remaining Welkins for me to give away. I will be giving them away to random viewers on the stream, but as for who I'm gonna give those to, it'll depend. I want to give it to a random person, but at the same time, I don't want to give it to a random person who might not need it as much as other people. So yeah, I definitely want to give it to a random person who I'm sure needs it. Yeah, so there are 2 of them still left. Yep. Anyway, congratulations to I'm afraid I don't know the YouTube name of one of them. Congratulations to Raj. He was here about an hour ago or half an hour ago. Congratulations to Taz. He was also here about an hour ago. And congratulations to Muji Wuya. That's his Discord name. I'm afraid I forgot what his YouTube name is. I already DM'd them, already took care of it, all that good stuff. Random person. Random person. Alright, we'll see. That depends. Like, I hope I can make up my mind soon. Random person, like with while raising hands. Random person over here. That's funny. Alright. But hey, you know, we never know, right? Never know. Again, congratulations to Raj, Taz, and Muji Wuya. I already DM'd all of them. Taz hasn't responded to me yet. Yeah, maybe I should have told him while he was here. Yep, maybe I should have told him while he was here. Because I don't think he saw his Discord notification, or maybe his Discord notifications are muted or something. Well, anyway, yep. For anyone who needs any help building their characters, accounts, or need any help making a decision of which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for coming by and hanging out and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, and good evening. Take care, everybody. Bye everyone. See you all next time.